counterfeit, I want the realest. Where he come from, you can't get that with a PJ. It's so cool inside this house, I feel like DJ. I can't fight it, let your light come shine on me. Ain't no hiding, I'm confiding in your peace. Hey, carrying buckets of shame. Father, I'm saying your name, but so far from it. Come see the blood in my veins. For me, he bleeding the same. Take this covenant, this is the greatest exchange. At his altar, there's a flame that burns your rubbish. Gave me a cup full of rain, he poured it over every stain until he coming. Glory to the Father. You deserve the
Happy Monday. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's do it. Hello, everyone. Let's go. Okay.
This is life or death. I ain't making music just for fun. Glory to your name, Father. I pray that your kingdom come. And when Satan's on my heels, I pray it's Nike with the run. Make my heart be more like Hezekiah. Say it and it's done.
All right. What is good? Good morning. Good morning. All right, gang. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Good to see y'all. Grateful to be here. Let's get into it. Let's do it. All right, I think we're good. Welcome in, welcome in. Who we got here today? The Gamer in the house. Let's go. What up, Arrow Sassy? Good morning, good morning. YOLO Trader in the house. Let's pop a YOLO Trader. What up, Luffy? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Let's do it. What up, Nico? What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling? Good to see you guys. W's in the chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Monday. New week ahead of us here. Let's go. Let's go. Good to see y'all. K Villa, only bands in the house. What up, 3 Ants? What up, Vince? Lazy Panda is here. What's poppin'? What up, Surge? What up, Stevie Mac? Clubhouse in the building. Got motion here. What up, Drew? Mugs in the house. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? We gave away 22 50K accounts last week in the Clubhouse. I think 18 or 19 of you guys should have your accounts by now. And I think I'm still waiting on like 2 or 3 of y'all to hit me up or get in touch with me. So get in touch with me, man. Get in touch with me. All right, let's good. Let's good. Jessica Lake in the house. What up, Connor FX? DJ Scratches, Melon in the building. C Melly is here. Vivian Young. Elk is in the house. What up, Elk? What up, Energy? What's going down? What's going down? How we feeling? How we feeling? Holy, Nate G getting it done. What up, Nate G? What up, SK? Good to see y'all. What a webinar this weekend, man. Holy smokes. Did anybody watch that back? Wow. What a webby. What a webby. Louis G in the building. First man in the house today. What up, Yanosh? EQ Clips in the house. What up, Bunkers? Douche Tray in the house. Yeah. All right. What's poppin'? Good to see y'all, man. Happy Monday. Let's get into it. Just give me 1 sec here. 1 sec. That webinar was fire. That webinar was insane. I mean, that's the missing piece for most people right there. So I can't wait to rewatch that one a couple times and head on into part 2. But anyways, welcome in. Let's get started here. Good to see you guys. It is a new week here, so we're excited to get back to work. And let's go ahead and pray, and we will begin, my friends. Y'all ready? Let's do this. All right, well, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity, Lord. We thank you for a new week. We're just grateful to be here, grateful that we can do this, to come together, to be with one another, to sharpen one another. And we just thank you for teaching us, for instilling knowledge and wisdom, Lord, in us. And thank you for just calling us to a higher level, to a higher calling than most people. We take it, Lord. We'll take the responsibility. When you said, who can I send, Lord, we said, send us. We'll go. We'll go forth. We'll go go forth and multiply, and we'll do it with faith, Lord. So we thank you for the faith. We thank you for everything, the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding on what we need to do in order to climb these mountains, Lord. And we just thank you for lifting us up. And we give you the glory here in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, let's have a great day. Let's have a great day. Let's have a great week. Let's have a great life, eh? Yeah? What do you say? It's worth it. It's worth it. You got to go get it. Yeah. All right, gang, let's do it. I think I'm all organized over here, and we're ready to roll here. So let's jump into it. Today is what is today? Today is the 15th of September. It is Monday, and it is another opportunity, man, for us to be patient, to be disciplined, to show up to these markets as observers, and potentially even get some money out of these markets here today. So let's kick it off. We'll run through the news real quick. I'll go through a quick lay of the land here for the week because it is a pretty big week, and let's chat about that real quick before we get all up in the technicals. All right, so let's talk about today. Today's Monday, September 15th, and not much going on, not too much in the headlines here today. Actually, I don't really think the US dollar's here, just maybe one time here at 8:30, so we'll keep an eye out for that. It's just light orange folder news here. Tomorrow though, September 16th, which is Tuesday, you've got some 8:30 news coming up here with the US dollar. We've got core retail sales coming in. So basically right off the rip this week, starting tomorrow, we will be in the news here. So we got a couple red folders at 8:30. We have yellow folders all throughout the session here up until about 10 a.m. 10 a.m. And then that's pretty much it for Tuesday. So we get off to a great start on Tuesday with a couple red folders. Wednesday is going to be the big day this week, my friend. So Wednesday is huge, right? Last 2 weeks have been big. We've had NFP, we've had CPI, and now we will run into FOMC here. So you will see that come out on Wednesday the 17th. Not too much going on during the New York session, as you can see. A couple yellow folders here. You got some red folder news on the CAD and just crude oil inventories and stuff like that. It's not until we get through 2 p.m., which is where we're going to have the press conference. We're going to have Jerome Powell speak. I think they're going to, we'll see what's going to happen, right? Supposedly they're going to slash rates, but we'll see what's going to go down. That's going to be a big day here on the 17th, which will be Wednesday this week. And then Thursday, which is the 18th, we're going to roll through with, I think we have, we don't really have much, just unemployment claims as usual. That's pretty much it. Yeah, just unemployment claims. Obviously, we'll be hanging out in the news for most of the session throughout the day, but those are going to be yellow folders. And then Friday should be pretty clean. So pretty good week. Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be the big days this week. Thursday should be awesome as well, and then all that volatility should continue to spill over into Friday as we wrap this week up. So cheers to a great week, my friends. Let's get after it. Move with intention this week. Friendly reminder, be patient, be disciplined, and just stick to the plan, right? If you want to be an 8-figure trader, do what 8-figure traders do, and we'll get the job done. All right, so let's go jump into the charts here. Let's do a fresh top-down analysis. If you guys can, give the stream a like for me. I'm gonna lower this music, I should say, and then we'll get started here. Boom. All right, cool. Okay, lovely. All right, I think we're good. I think we are good. Just do it. That's right. Just do it. Hey, how are you, Grandy FX? What's poppin'? FF, what's goody? Have I been calling you Grandy FX this whole time? And it's really FF? Holy smokes, I think I just noticed that. What? All right. Anyways, let's do it, gang. Let's start on the daily time frame here, and we'll work our way down. We'll move, we'll move into ES here as well today, and we'll see what we can come up with. All right. So let's start on the daily here. This is gold. This is the daily time frame here, and as you guys know, we have been just moving up. I think we have some time here to kind of chat a little bit. Prices ranging a little bit for the most part. So let's just chat about the daily, right? Because the daily time frame has been moving up, right? We kind of had these highs here, right? And every single time we came up into these highs, right, we ended up rejecting. Same thing here, came up, rejected, back down. Same deal here, same deal here, same deal here, right? So every single time we really plan on taking sells from that area there. Now, what happened was we ended up pushing up here. This was really this was really the grab right here. If we go kind of zoom in down here, this was really the beginning of the rally, right? So you pretty much had gold close above this range here, right? So this was kind of like your nasty range here. You got a little bit of a fake out, right? This was kind of where price started heading up from. This was really the last grab right there, and we basically planted a lovely celery play right here on the daily. And you know, we just obviously expected this wick to get filled, right? Or this range, I'm sorry, to get filled, but gold had bigger plans than that, right? So we pushed all throughout the range. We ended up closing above these highs here to the left, and then we just kept on pushing, right? Every single bearish candle that we did get, which wasn't many of them, we got very awkward closures, closures that really just kind of rejected the downside for the most part. So that was our one closure that we had, where we just kept pushing through there. Then we had this other closure here, right? But the candle ended up, you know, closing with no bottom wick, right? So price just continued to move bullish. And now I think we're stuttering a little bit as we wait upon FOMC here. So you do have some resistance on the daily now as we're in these all-time highs. You have some support sitting right here. Very high chance today, maybe tomorrow as well, that we range in here and then break out on Wednesday when we have FOMC. So it's going to be a little choppy here, no doubt about it, on the lower time frames. Really just going to focus on this price action here for the most part today. Let me redraw that, something like really just right in here for the most part today. And to be honest, it's Monday. We'll probably really just trade within that overall range. So don't try and force anything today. It could be very choppy based off of the daily time frame. Higher time frames are not really giving us any sort of direction today, right? So you got to be aware of that. You can't just come in here like Tarzan and just try and, you know, take every piece of the pie that you can get. You know, be careful here today, right? Trade smart. So let's drop down to the 4 hours, see what's cooking here. Looks like we broke the 4 hour highs not too long ago. We're trying to come back down now. This is basically your 4 hour range is basically sitting right here, right? So I think it's like a 100 pip range, definitely tradable for us today. As we begin to break these lows here though, after breaking that high, I would say we are pretty bearish, right? Possibility for that wick to get filled. We're not really bullish or bearish, right? I mean, I guess we're bullish, right? But we're not really bullish or bearish when it comes to this price action right here. We're just chopping around, moving sideways, undecided. Candles really don't know what they want to do, right? I mean, look, gold just made this huge run up, and now it's just confused, or it's tired, right? It's trying to catch its breath up here. So let's drop down again. Now we see the bearish 4 hour candle. So we're going to let this 4 hour candle begin to guide the session here today. And overall, we've got resistance, right? So we've created an onion play. We can say that we're ranging, right? That a breakout would be better. But overall, let's see what this looks like on the 1 hour chart. See if we can look for any type of entries now. So 1 hour not looking the hottest here, little rangy. Same deal with the 30-minute, maybe that sell right there, but man, just a bunch of chop going on here. So you got pretty much support sitting here. You got resistance up here at 83, and that is that looks like Monday right there. Yeah, that's your Monday chop. Now look, this this range is pretty decent, right? 60, 70 pip range. So here's what I am open to today. I'm open to buying potentially from down here. I'm open to selling potentially from up here, but I'm not open to really doing anything mid-range here. So if we can get some sort of like, let's say the 4 hour here, right, begins to reject, it never re-breaks the lows, the 1 hour closes above the range, the 30-minute closes above the range, and let's say the 15-minute gives us some sort of like support like this, then, you know, that's an opportunity, right, to potentially go long. You got 50 pips of clean range to move back up, right? So that's pretty much the only trades I take here today are going to be buys from the top, buys from the bottom, sells from the top, and we should just range around here. Look, we've done it all day so far, and again, it is Monday here, so most likely this will be our price action for the day. So again, not really looking for too many like breakouts today or big moves, but just retest of highs and lows. So even if we come down here just a little bit, right, tap into that 4 hour support there, you know, kind of close above it, and then again start to print bullish candles, right? That's our opportunity for us to pretty much go long again, right? Kind of like you see here, right here, you know, maybe a little bit here, but very similar price action to that. So let's just follow the consolidation here today. Follow the chop. There's really no trend, and we'll see if we can kind of walk away with a good trade here today. Yeah, no top wick on this candle just yet, so that's pretty much what I'll be looking at. Yeah, we'll see how the 30-minute candle closes up here in a couple minutes. We got 12 minutes. Yeah, 30-minute, 15 closures, not looking bad. Potentially, you know, opportunity to go long, right, to go back up here. So we'll see if this candle exhausts out and closes like very, you know, something like this, right? Then that's our shot, right, to potentially pop back up here. So that's what I'll be looking for on Goldie. A little bit of a range day, but we know how to handle the range from time to time when we need to, and that's how we'll go about gold. Let's take a look at S&P 500 here today as well. So our daily candles are continuing to push up, man. Damn, just literally no stopping ES here. 4-hour candles are moving up. 1-hour candles are moving up, starting to see somewhat of a rejection here. Let's pay attention to that resistance to the left. We did close right at it with no top wick. We're starting to reject these highs now. As you can see, we kind of broke the highs. Maybe going to reject here. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. So yeah, maybe not really much to do. You know, I think a little range game and maybe a breakout, right? We got all that clean traffic to the left. Other than that, maybe if price wants to come down, create support, we move back up to fill that wick there. So we got to let this one cook a little bit. We're just rallying a little bit right now in the 30. You know, we'll revisit ES probably around like 9 a.m. today. So that is it. We're going to lock in here on gold, see if we can trade the range. If you guys don't want to trade the range, don't. Right? Don't. Just hang out, ask good questions, use today as a day to level up, to get some more knowledge, some more understanding on things that you may or may not understand too well right now. That could be, I don't know, maybe holding you back or something. So it'll be a good session. We'll keep it educational, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Range game on gold. Big week. This is, by the way, this is completely normal. Monday, FOMC day. It's I'm sorry, FOMC week. It's completely normal. Yeah. We did go long in Asian session. I don't know if you guys seen my Instagram yet, but we did fire up and go. Let's see, Asian. Let's go to the Clubhouse chat. Yeah, we did fire away on these buys here, which were super clean in Asian last night. Beautiful buys. Onion created, strong engulfing candle, very little to no wick. We'll explain this in a minute. Not no wick, but very small wick here, which this was also the open of the new 4-hour candle as well. Yeah, no top wick on this guy here, and it was just picture perfect, man. So a bunch of other traders took this. I did close partials right around this area here, and then I just let the rest of it run, and full TP got smashed on this one. So it was a beautiful trade. Yeah. Yeah, and you will start to see me take more trades that have not like the wick. So let me explain it, right? So over the course of the last couple years, I've completely stayed out of trades where they didn't have the decent sized wicks, right? And through staying out and sitting on the sidelines, I've been able to watch and been able to see when things end up playing out, looking for that common theme. And basically anytime that, and this is what you'll hear me say. You'll hear me say, everything else is lining up, right? So that'll be the code, right? So everything else is lining up, meaning if we come to the desk at 8 o'clock in the morning and we say, hey, price is moving down, but we want price to, form some sort of support down here. And if we do, then we could potentially start to move up. And if that comes during high times of volume, then that's going to be our trade, right? And then all of that happens, right? And let's say it's 9:30 or something, and we don't get the best lower wick, right? But we understand the move. We drew the whole move out. We knew what to wait for, right? And everything lined up except for maybe the size of the lower wick. You'll see me getting a little bit more aggressive on these, starting to get involved a little bit more. I'll either be keeping a tight stop loss, or if the previous stop loss is in good standings, then I'll use that one as well, right? So that's the other thing too. If we draw a move out, right, and we understand why it would go down, and yet we don't get this lower wick that we want, and let's say we are going to use the previous candle wick anyway, right? So let's say before we even take the trade, right, I'm just going to redraw this candle. Let's say the candle looks like this, right? And let me just black this out. So let's say that the candle looks something like this, right? And we're going to say, okay, we're going to use this previous stop loss anyway, right? Let's say it's like 25, 30 pips. We don't necessarily need to wait for this low to continue break, right, and get a steeper low when we're going to use that low anyway, right, to keep our stop loss there. So there's going to be basically two scenarios where you see me get aggressive here, get involved in these type of trades moving forward, and you know, that's just a brief explanation of it now. But this one made total sense. 4-hour candle had opened up. We had a big exhaustion wick to the downside. That exhaustion wick was created by this 30-minute candle that closed bullish. Your next 4-hour candle opens up right here. We make a low, or we made a high, right? We made a low. We start breaking that high. That's the entry on the 30-minute. The 1-hour looked too crispy as well. This was your 30-minute, and this was your 1-hour here. Just perfect, right? Inverted celery, deep exhaustion wick to the downside, closure of the 4-hour candle. Price has this small high, right? A wick to fill, and yeah, just a picture perfect trade. You know what I mean? So yeah, any questions on this one? Look at this 1-hour time frame. One of the most one of the most beautiful sights I've ever laid my eyes on, right? Inverted celery, wick to fill, open of the new 4-hour candle, big rejection, 30-minute onion. You know, this is me being a dork. But yeah, so that was the trade. That was probably the best trade of the day so far, at least best setup here. And that was it. That was the only trade I took today. Yes, YouTube is gonna be YouTube's gonna be very happy that the squad over at Time to Eat doesn't have to wait for a huge bottom wick anymore. Yeah. Let's see. I'm back at you, bro. Okay, after 1.5 years, I made a big mistake that I changed you as my mentor and strategy. Hey, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. There are, in a way, mistakes are good though, you know, because you go out there and you see what's out there, you see what you like, you see what you don't like, and you find your footing. You know what I mean? So all mistakes are well. Remember what the song says: I don't make mistakes, mistakes make me. Right, so those mistakes can make you, and they can make you into a great trader. You just gotta, you know, pay attention to the clues and lock in, man. Lock in. W. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. The top wick? No. So I'm still not sold on the top wick. Yeah. So if we're looking for a buy and there's no top wick, I still can't do that. All right. It's when this. So let's say I want a wick down here, right? But I only get the wick here. It's all right. I'm gonna enter anyway, but no top wick. I still can't find any good probability with that at all. Yeah, the only thing I would say, right, and this is the only thing I've really seen that can work sometimes when a candle doesn't have a top wick. So the candle opens up, right, and it basically will make a wick, right? Or let's say it doesn't make a wick. It starts coming down. You definitely do not want to enter when this candle flips bullish. Definitely do not want to enter there. What you want to see there is you want to see, let's say the candle flips bullish, right? But that flip just causes it to have a wick, right? A wick on the top. So now let's say we come back down, right? We just play around here, and then on the re-break of the high, let's say that wick right there, that's when that, and look, I mean, this also doesn't have the highest probability, to be honest, but that's the only like I'd say probability we really have when it comes to candles with no wick, and even that is really crappy probability. So I still can't get my head around the no top wick on the buys, or let's say no bottom wick on the sells. But if we do get a nice closure and we don't have the greatest wicks here, right, that's where I'm open to potentially just getting in the move anyway, understanding the market, understanding the direction, the volume, and whatnot. So yeah, top wick, I still haven't really been able to convince myself about that. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Yes, sir, Louis G. That's the thing about TT. You can leave, but you can leave TT, but we'll never leave you. We'll always be here with open arms, ready to go. I know how it is. I've kind of moved from strategy to strategy once or twice in my career, and I know how that is. And it's not like there's something against a certain strategy. It's just traders need to browse a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with browsing a little bit. That's how you learn what you like and what you don't like. It's kind of like trying new foods. Right? You try new food, you go to one restaurant, you say, I want to try this, I want to try that, see what you like best, and then you move forward. You move forward, but you got to make successful people make very swift decisions, right? So let's say now you go out and look, this isn't to say our strategy is the best, but let's say you go out and you dabble in other things, and then you go, no, you know what? I really like that one the best. Like I like the mentor there, I like the group there, I like the style of trading, and then you come back. Now, what you can't do is leave again, though, right? Again, winners make swift, direct decisions. And so what's going to happen is traders will fall into this rotation of doing that often, right? And then they go back, and then they leave, and they come back, and they go there, and they come back. Bro, this will like just, throw you off the tracks like you wouldn't believe. So if you made that decision, if you now know what you like, what you want, stick to it. Really sink your teeth in, and let's get it done, right? Let's get it done. You guys are here to become profitable traders, to survive off your trading, I'm assuming, right? To live off the trading profits. And the only way that happens is if you make this a career, if you pick a system, if you dial something in and stay consistent with it. So lock in on that, and don't deviate anymore. Don't deviate. Golf? Yeah, I'm going to play golf tomorrow. Yeah, dude, I haven't played golf in like 2 months. Maybe 2.5 months. Yeah, it's been wild. It's been super hot in Florida. But the weather has been dropping recently, and it's been just perfect. Yes, sir. Trading the range? Yeah. Yeah, those are probably what our trades are going to look like here today for the most part. If we take any, is just range trading, right? Selling the top, buying the bottom. Yeah, it looked like that candle on the 15 wanted to pop back up, but it's continuing to move down. There's 17 seconds left on it here. Conrad, when we golfing, man? When we golfing? Just leave the RSI at home. There you go. Don't worry, we got you guys. Trust me, we got you. We literally want to teach you everything we know, and that way you can open up your laptop anywhere in the world or your computer, and you can be hanging out with your family, and you can look at the markets, decide to take a trade, potentially take a winning trade, make some money, close your laptop, and enjoy life. That's what we're trying to teach y'all here. That's what we've been able to do, and that's what we're just trying to pour into you guys. New position bracket. Oh yeah, what is that? What is this? Drive for show, putt for dough. Yes, sir. Trust. That's why I got the putting. That's why I got the putting green at the house, man. You gotta stay, gotta stay on top of it. I wanted to ask you a question of the wick being made before the move, because in my past I observed that some candles doesn't make a proper wick before the move. Yeah, they don't. They don't. And you have an option. You either let those go, or you find a way around it. You sample size, you watch, right? You observe, right? Like what you're doing, and then eventually through that observation, through that experience, you tend to pick up on it, right? And that's where I'm at right now, is picking up on those ideas, picking up on those moves. Ain't nothing worse. I mean, I guess there's things that are worse, right? But it's whack when let's say we know price is going to move up, right? And we're just waiting on a pullback, right? And we go, okay, cool. If that pullback, let's say price looks something like this, right? And we're like, all right, you know, it's 8:30 or whatever. And we're like, hey, look, if we get a support, like this looks incredible, right? To continue moving up. And all of a sudden, right, price throws us this beautiful support, maybe looks something like this, and it's 9:30, right? Or 9:15. And all of a sudden this candle wicks down slightly and then moves. And then we don't take that trade, right? Or let me just say I, right, instead of we. So I don't take that trade because I'm looking for a steeper wick, right? But really, I understood this whole move. I understand the direction. I understand the higher time frames, right? I know that when that 4-hour support is formed, there is a very high probability now that we will continue moving bullish, right? Regardless of whether that wick looks like that, whether it looks like this or this, right? There's a very high probability that that next candle will move up, right? Now that's the tricky part is, right, do we begin to enter off of this candle, right? Because if we have to keep current candle stops and any movement right down that breaks the low, we're out of there. So this is where the tricky part comes in. So there's a time and a place. You know, there's certain trades that you can use, that you can enter with no bottom wick. There's other trades that I wouldn't advise to do that, right? This is the right time, the right place. And when you have a good read on direction, this is where you want to, you know, enter into those type of trades, right? Just so you can get paid for what you know, right? And in this case, we know, hey, if we get a support, most likely with the volume coming in, we're going to retest those highs. And that's where we want to take advantage of whether this candle has a strong bottom wick or not. We want to be involved in that move, right? And in that idea, sometimes again we're going to be able to use this low here as our stop loss, and that's cool. So now we know, hey, even if we do come down to re-break the low, it's okay. We should remain, you know, bullish as long as we don't break that low down there. And then yeah, that's the trade. So yeah, we'll do it more and more often. Again, you'll hear me say, hey, look, everything else lines up. We got to go, right? We got to go. So that's basically like my plan moving forward. And yeah, we'll continue to collect data. We've collected good amount of data so far, and you know the data states that when we believe it'll move up, it works out more times than not, right? Again, this isn't for any trade. This isn't for all the trades, right? This isn't for a sell to be taken right here at support with no top wick, right? That's just stupid, right? It doesn't make sense. We're talking about, you know, the right opportunities at the right time. Let's see. Golden Dubs hasn't got the... Okay, Golden Dubs. Let me double check. Can you message me with your full name and email on Discord? Did I ever have a problem with overconfidence? Yes. But I basically got put in my place like fairly quickly. So I'm like, nah, let me not do that too much. Yeah, you can definitely get overconfidence, and sometimes that could bite you. Most of the time it doesn't, but you gotta know how to harness your confidence. George VDM, where'd he go? Same buy trade in London. Doesn't have a lower wick, but then moved up. Yeah, I seen that right here, right? 330. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is one that we can continue to watch, observe, and we go, hey, look, if we're looking for the buys, right? And our this candle closed with no lower wick, right? This candle rejects out of that zone, closing very small, aka weak. The next candle breaks the lows at London open and then closes bullish. Come on, you know, like where's the probability going? So this is just something that will, or at least I will do moving forward. John and Magnus still have to, and all of you, right, still have to continue to watch this a little bit more if you're not familiar or comfortable with it just yet, and you know, eventually be able to execute on it. So yeah, now with this trade, you have a very tight stop loss here, right? Because your stops are 6 pips. Now I think this one you would have been able to use. Yeah, so this one you would have been able to use 30 pip stops here, right? So even if the trade looks something like this, right? You put the trade on now, and I would say probably up in, yeah, probably like maybe around here. Yeah, this area. So you put the trade on, and now you know, hey, regardless of where this wick goes, this is my stop. You know what I mean? So those stops should be able to survive. Even if you get in and this candle re-breaks the low again, it should not come down to break the previous low, right? And with a 28 pip stop, I mean, that's perfect. So, and then look at that. You know, you didn't, again, with the volume coming in, you didn't even get a re-break of that low, and price just off to the races there. So, and then what you could do as well is you could say, hey, you know what? I don't even want a 30 pip stop. I'm going to keep it nice and tight. It's going to be 10 pips, and, you know, just let it run. But don't be mad if that low breaks and then, you know, you get stopped out there. So anytime you can use this, use it, right? And right away, almost when you break the highs, you can shift that stop loss if you need to right below that previous candle low. So just a couple little, you know, technical analysis, price action things to look out for. But this will help us get involved in more of those opportunities that we know are coming that just don't line up to the T. The day has finally come, yes. On the Asian session trade, was the top wick on the confirmation candle on the onion big enough? Let me see. Which one was that? Asian trade. Top wick on the current candle or the previous one? On the confirmation candle. So the top wick on the 30 in the 1 hour was small, but it was there, right? And again, just like understanding that everything else is lining up. Everything else makes perfect sense. And the reason that one works for me is because on those inverted celeries like you see here, you don't want much of a top wick, right? You really do want a nice lower wick. So what I did was this candle opened up. What we did was we opened up, we made a high, we came down, we made this low, and then I had a buy stop sitting right there. So I did get activated. I think we went back in a drawdown slightly for maybe a minute or two, but never broke the low, and then just started getting moving up there. So I didn't really enter on that high. I waited for another high to form here, then entered off of that high, right? And then again, that was the 4 hour candle, just re-breaking its own high in the beginning of the candle, getting ready to move up. Yeah. Clubhouse, how y'all feeling? I didn't even get a peek over there today yet. Squad. I think I'm waiting for like Trado Voss and maybe 2 other people. Gold and Dubs, that would make sense, and maybe 1 other person for their giveaways. What's good? What's good, squad? What up, Ryan? Ken Hard in the house. What up, Wayne? Armand, what's goody? Brath in the house. Brath Trades, let's go. Hello, Allison. Good afternoon. DJ Scratches in the house. What up, Drew? What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling? Johnny Gem should be here in a moment. Futures lower in the building. Yeah, you know the coolest part about the clubhouse though, right? Is like I took that trade and I go in here and these guys are all in the trade. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Yeah, we get in here and I'm like, okay, let's see who else got it. And of course the OGs are here, right? Taking the buys. They got better entries than me. Yeah, a lot of these guys got better entries. Dev got a better entry. OGH got a better entry. My entry was like way up here. Yeah, because on the 15 minute, this looks super clean. Yeah, someone else took the... See, this entry here was very nice on the 15. It's like a 15 onion. I don't think I have a picture of it, though. Yeah, if anyone has the 15-minute time frame, let me know, let me know. Yeah, but all in all, great trade. Great read. Yes, sir. What's up, Dan? Grace and peace, my friend. How we feeling? When GC is ranging, does the breakout setup have a very low probability? And would you rather wait for a safer range? Yeah, so now that we're ranging, like most likely there will be a lot of fake outs today. So you see how there was already, like, if we really lower this down, you already have the fake out to the top side that went down. Now you have the fake out to the downside here. So most likely any breakouts will be fake outs today, and price will just continue to trade within this range. Yeah, and it'll probably stay like that until Wednesday. But normally if you are breaking out on a good clean day and there's clean range to the left, which today there's not, right? But if there is, then that breakout indicates volumes coming in, and that would be a good idea to take the trade as long as that breakout is pushing in the higher time frame direction. Good morning from Boston. Yeah, get in a car. Get in a car. Good morning, Boston. Let's go. Oh, Kingman's arrived. What's up, buddy? What you got for me? What is it? Where did this come from? Here. Oh, he's bringing me the massage gun. My man. My man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. See you later. All right, and he's gone. How we feeling, Boston? How we feeling? Took the gold last night. All right, very nice. I saw the trade idea from Asian, decided to save the bullet for later on in the day. Ended the day there, okay. The London trade had the same thought, using the 30-minute lows, but because we had the no bottom wick, wanted to risk down, okay. Yeah, that's fine, Norbin. That's fine. You know, whether you got in or got out of those trades, as long as the idea was there and you understood the direction and how price would move, that's fine, right? We can't really control how the candles close and, you know, the wicks that they give us, but we just got to follow the data. But as long as the read is there, then, you know, that's the most important part. Sandman in the house. What up, Tyrone Hill in the building? You the best, bro. You the best. Stephen B has arrived. Let's go, Stephen B. What up, Exit Strat? How we feeling, brother? Was it a 1 hour target tap type of entry? And can you explain why you didn't take the trade at 9:45 based on the 15-minute? So, okay, cool. So the only reason I didn't take the trade at a different time is because I just wasn't paying attention to the markets at that time. So I just wasn't around for any of those earlier entry ideas. Let's go back to that, right? That was over here. Yeah. So the idea now was the 4 hour candle had a pretty steep rejection, right? So we were kind of ranging here. We're still bullish, by the way, right? Until we really break that structure. So we're bullish. We range, we come down, we're a bit overextended now, and my bias is really bullish, right? We get this big rejection. If we look left, kind of like where this rejection is here, if you look left, you kind of tap that support too, right? So I know most people are looking here, but I always tend to look at the unobvious, right? At the not as, or I should say not so much of an obvious point, and I look left and I say, okay, cool. We hit that target, right? We drove down there. And now we have the open of a new 4 hour candle. So let's take a look at what that wick looks like on the 30-minute. So now I see, okay, look, man, we rejected, right? We closed very strong, engulfing candle. Notice how that green candle has completely engulfed the red candle next to it, right? So that happens. Now what I'm looking at is, okay, above here is all clean range, right? Coming up. There's also no top wick on that candle on the 30-minute, and I know that most likely this candle will come up there to make a top wick for that candle. Now, if we go to the 1 hour, it convinces me even more, right? Because now the 1 hour candle closes up. This is our 4 hour wick, right? Which is also a 1 hour exhaustion wick. Closes up perfect inverted celery. You have this wick right here to fill, right? Guess what? That wick just happens to line up with that candle with no top wick, right? So the targets and the trade ideas being presented on 30-minute, 1 hour, all clean ranges. I guess the 15-minute had already kind of cooked up a little bit. I didn't really, you know, I know people took buys off of this onion, this celery and stuff like that, but I just, you know, I wasn't watching the market at that time. So, yeah, got in right here on this 1 hour closure, 4 hour closure, and that was pretty much it. yeah, that was pretty much it. The way I managed was just like this. So basically, stops below the low, right? Close 80%. You could have closed 80% anywhere in this box, right? Anywhere right here. I just happened to close towards the lower end of the box. It was Asian session. I wanted to make sure I took some good profits on that and secure some of the bag there. So I took my partials right there. But again, anywhere within this overall box makes perfect sense to go ahead and take partials. And then this full TP got smashed, right? This whole wick got filled and ended up being a great trade. So yeah, does that help? Oh, look at this gold juice, and got a little fake out here. See what I mean about just trade the range here today? So now if you get a bearish closure now like this, then we could possibly start to short the market here. Yeah, we'll trade down to the bottom of the range. Have I ever listened to Alan Watts? Of course, absolutely. My man Alan. It's nice to see other Clubhouse members and our mentor taking the same trades off stream. Yup, exactly. That's the right mentality to have, right? Where someone might be a little salty, like they took trades and they didn't include me, right? It's like, no, like, we want to see who picks it up, who's on top of it, right? Without any sort of alert or signal, right? Again, we don't want to hold people's hands, right? We want to do that on the live stream, but we want to prepare you for when the live streams aren't running, for you to be able to view the markets and get the same read as us. So it is nice to see that. It's nice to see a lot of others, taking profits on that and pretty much having the same management as me as well. That's, in my opinion, that's the coolest part, is you either had the same read, right? And I love that. I don't even care if you got in the trade. It doesn't even matter to me whether you got in the trade or not. If you had the read on it, I love that. And then anyone who did take this trade and had very similar management to what I did, which a lot of people did do that, music to my ears. That's how I know everyone's picking up on all the lessons. They're understanding the management side and, moving along here. Excuse me. What up, Pablo? How are you? Yeah, good analysis. Yes, that's okay if you're a little salty. That's okay. That's how we learn to pick up on things. It's right. I don't think there should be fear in missing out. I think there should be, I don't know, what other word could we use outside of fear? Learning from missing out, right? Learning from missing out. So there's never fear of missing out for me. I remember when Raja would take those crazy, awesome trades like that, I wouldn't hate on it. I wouldn't get all salty, maybe a little bit, but I would get salty in a way where it'd say, okay, how can I do that, right? How could I have got the read? Like, let me ask him some questions. Let me see what his thought process was, and then I'll pick up on it, and apply it in my trading over the next day or week or month or whatever. Goldie gold. Let's see that 4 hour here. Here we go, breaking the highs here. What time is it? 8:50. Random push here. Random. Wait, we had some news? No news today. The joy of it. Yeah, because you get to learn a little bit. Yup, exactly. Can someone tell me the times of volume? Yes, I'll make a video on it too, but Asian, yeah, I think they got it in the chat. Zach pretty much got it. Orange folder, yeah, I see it. How many trades you need to get to 1,000 trades a day? 1,000. What you mean? What you mean? How many trades you need to get to 1,000 trades a day? 1,000. Yeah, we're gonna attempt it. We're gonna attempt it this week. What do you guys think? Should I do it on my bad. Should I do it on a this Ignite account? Should I do it on a, I don't know. What should I do it on? Should I do it on a instant funded account? I don't know. You tell me. Power in my house went off. Took a couple seconds. All right, he's back. He's back. What up, Pat? How come there's no Asian session on Sundays? Just because I like to kick back and enjoy the Sunday with my family. We never started it that way. We always started it with New York session on Monday mornings, but you know, we decided to run London and, you know, run pre-New York and all that just for clubhouse purposes. And, you know, we've seen sometimes you can get a good London sesh, right, to start the week off. But yeah, just family time, you know, it's Sunday. Let's see, Goldie playing around today. Yeah, you might come back in the range here within the next 7 minutes. We'll see. What up, Vishal? How are you? You gotta give bro a break. We need a slight break. We don't need much breaks, I'll be honest. We really don't. I love doing this stuff. I'm always grateful to be here. So we really don't need too much of a break, but Sunday's nice to chill out, let the market open every now and then. I mean, that was like, you know, I've probably taken like 10 trades max this year on a Sunday. So yeah. If I took trades like every Sunday and I seen like the market was heating up like Sunday nights all the time, then yeah, I'd probably say, hey, you know, we'll start doing Asian, but it's just not as consistent. Yeah, I think we should stay decently close to this range all day today. So I don't think we're going too far, or we shouldn't really push too far away from this range here. We'll see. I think you got 1 hour closures coming up. Yeah, so let's wait on that. Oh, the killers are here. The warriors. The killers and the warriors are here. Okay. Johnny Gems, the
Yes,
Viking.
Sir. What's up, my brother?
Yo.
It's popping.
What's up, boys?
How are you?
Nick, Magnus, how we feeling?
Doing phenomenal, bro. What about you, Nick?
Let's get it.
Man, feeling incredible. Blessed and highly
Sir.
favored, baby.
Bet, man. What's up, Johnny?
What's up, brother? How we
You
feeling?
guys had a good weekend?
Yeah, man. This
Great.
weekend was awesome.
Great
Great
weekend.
weekend.
Bro, that looked fire.
Let's do it
Bro,
again
the
next
resort
weekend.
was beautiful. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Bet. Wow.
We'll have to take you down there next time you're here, bro.
Yeah, for real. Is it far? Or like pretty
Nah,
close?
45
Nah, man.
minutes, hour.
Wow. Yeah, I really want to go there. That looks sick. Can you
I'll
go
have to
there in
go.
like winter time too? Is it like
Oh yeah.
still like
You go there. There is no winter. That's the thing.
I know
There's no
but
winter
is it
time.
like too cold for you? Like
No.
to go there or
No.
okay, cool.
Bro, it's wild. We don't get winter. It's crazy.
Yeah, nah, we don't.
Insane.
Maybe
nah.
for like a week or two.
2 weeks
Bro.
and maybe like fall.
But basically you can go there any time of the year, swim in the pool, jump in the ocean, do your thing.
Bro, that's sick. Here we get like -10.
Yeah, I know.
Tough, bro.
Trust me,
Freaking freezing.
I grew up in New
I'm a
York.
Bro,
so I
it
get
rains and it starts being ice already.
it. Damn.
Wow, bro. It's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
cold.
It's all
bro.
gray now?
It turns
Yeah.
into ice.
Sick. It poured down earlier here too, so it's beginning to winter time, you know.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I'm working
Hey,
on
creeping on October.
I'm working on a couple more XFAs here too, by the way. So almost ready to secure payouts on my instant funded. I got these 5 XFAs too. Combines that are up. I think I need like $2,000 more. So I'm locked out. So maybe I'll get that $2,000 tomorrow or something. But yeah, just grab these 2. That's why I took the buy on last night. And yeah, it was good trade. So we'll see. We need 2K
Lovely.
more, and we get another 5 XFAs. We need those 5 back. We need those 5. I don't feel right without those 5. You know.
Exactly, same. I'm almost there too.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
like
but-
one good trade.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
here.
Same here on this one.
I
Yep,
got 2 in
come
the
to
works right now.
Yeah, everyone's cooking. Everyone's cooking. Instant funded accounts almost ready for payouts. I'm gonna work with this Ignite account too. Just have some fun here. Just try it out. I haven't taken a trade on it yet, but we'll see. It looks pretty good. So
Wait, can you have more than 3 if you have Ignite and then the other ones like Instant?
I think I'm
have,
pretty
like,
sure you could
4
have
or-
6 Ignite accounts, but you
think
can't
Oh,
copy
okay.
all of them
Cool.
or whatever. Like the instant with the Ignite.
Yeah, gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can only like max out one of the account types.
Yeah.
I don't think you can max out on both accounts and trade both accounts.
No.
Yeah, nah.
Boom, boom.
Nah, I got Instant accounts, just copying all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like Instant the best. Instant accounts.
Real.
What was I gonna do here? Yeah, Instant's probably the best. I don't know if I mentioned it on YouTube, but I've been consulting a couple businesses lately, and ran into a prop firm that I've been consulting, and they're kind of starting up, right? So they're like asking me about what traders like, what they don't like, and to be honest, like I'm kind of creating something that we can really like use. Like I'm gearing it towards like our way of trading, to what the traders that I know like best, what I know that they don't like. I'm trying to convince them in a way, or consult them, to really get the best of the both worlds when it comes to top one and top step. So my consulting is like kind of gearing them and directing them to having like the top step combine evaluation type of rules and payout method, and then the top one instant, and just keeping it right there.
That's it.
No need for other accounts, pros, S2s, ignites, and this and that, and blah blah blah, and this rule and that rule and that hand and that hand, blah, blah, blah. Screw all that, right? Like 2 accounts, 1 combine, 1 instant. These are the rules. This is the payout. Everything's straightforward, right? So give me some time. I'm working with this company. If they take all my advice and they actually do what I'm consulting them to do, then I will potentially work with them, right? And kind of offer that firm to everyone here, because if it's geared up to our rules and what we're trying to see out of prop firms, then there's no doubt we could take advantage and use it. So I'll keep you guys posted, right? Great things take time. So far they have taken a lot of my advice. They've been very open to hearing what I have to say, very open to, changing some of their ideas, because they have another pretty big firm in the FX space, but they need to be up to date and up to standard when it comes to futures. So that's pretty much what they've called me in for, and I've been helping them. So we'll see. Everything looks good so far. If they continue to, move in the right direction, then I may be telling you guys about who they are pretty soon. By the way, they have, so right now, no activation fee, 40% consistency. So not 20, but 40 now. So that's like on a, what is that, John? On like a 50K account, instead of like,
It's like I think it's like 1,200 on a 50K account, 40% of like the total,
Yeah,
of like
12,
3K
you're right.
of a total profit, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
so
12.
it depends on the total profit, but yeah, 40% is much larger, than 20% when you think about it.
Hell yeah,
definitely.
that's solid.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be more in our favor, better for us.
Bro,
traders.
that's insane.
Yeah. So right now, again, I can't make any promises, right? So what I've advised them so far, and the things that they've taken my advice on, and this may change, I don't know, but no activation fees, basically top step pricing, right, on their evaluation combines. It might be a couple dollars more, but nothing crazy. Like if top step is 50, the most they'll be is like 75, right? And again, no activation fees. I've personally told them that the top step method of being paid after 5 days is probably the coolest thing out there. So at least on like the evaluation / combine accounts, I want to get them to do that. And then the instant funded makes sense for a percentage. Like I don't really mind that, like hit 6% or whatever. I'm going to try and work with them to see if we can. Yeah. Like I'll try and see what we can do in terms of like 5 days of consistent profit or something like that. But, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting to kind of see the back ends. I always wanted to start a prop firm of my own, but then again, I'm like, nah, I don't even want any involvement with that, because it really is geared towards, the odds are stacked against a trader, right? So I just didn't want to own something like that. But if I can help these guys put the rules together, pricing, account types, and it suits our squad, I think that'll be pretty dope. So yeah, keep an ear out for more from that, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, bro.
40%, way better.
Exciting.
Yeah, end of day
Exciting.
drawdown. Yup, end of day drawdown. No like whatever.
Yeah.
Midday.
End of the day trailing drawdown, that will remain the same.
Yeah. I just love no
Nice.
activation fee and the 40% consistency so far, and the pricing.
fire.
You know,
Yeah.
they had some other ideas, and I'm like, nah, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. They were kind of still piggybacking off of like the forex model a little bit. Project X, yep, they got Project X, so they work directly with them.
That's a big one too, bro. Project
It's
X.
gonna be solid. Yeah, for real. Project X is sick.
Yeah.
The Mac,
No activation fee is insane too,
that is just insane.
bro. That's
And if they
That's
could
huge.
keep the pricing, so here's what I told them. Look, if you can keep, so you guys know where like Top One's pricing is at. Does anyone not love when it's like 50% off, 55 on those instant? So I told them like, leave the price there. Like that's a decent price for, I think for like a 50K with 50% off with Top One, it's what, like 320 or something.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, like 292, the instant funded. Yep.
yeah, like those prices I think are great, you know, in terms of the business creating revenue and selling a lot of accounts, plus the traders having a good deal, right? $600-700, that's a lot, you know, in a way a lot of money, right? Sometimes. So having that good deal for the traders, which is like again that 55% off with Top One, and then also the company still being able to profit and make money off of like consistent revenue, I think personally would be the best ticket in the game. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Sure.
Wow.
All sounding good though. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
See what the future holds.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I'm
Expecting the
always
best.
The future holds
always
abundance,
future oriented here. So yeah.
Great.
But more to come.
Yeah, man.
let's see.
Show me a long-term thinker. I'll show you something that's successful.
Yeah. I told him the best thing you
Exactly.
can do is keep it simple, though. Keep it simple.
Yeah, really simple is the way.
And that's why Top Step's so good, because they're so simple with their pricing and their rules, right? So simple always wins, I think.
Yeah.
Simple works best.
Project X, copy traders, all that stuff. Yep. They have everything. They have so these are pretty involved individuals in the trading game, and they have their hands in a lot of stuff. So they already have connections. They already personally know people within Project X. So they're not just working with Project X. And again, I told them all about the idea of the brokerage, right? And they were telling me about it as well, how they want to work with Project X and see if they can get a broker and all that type of stuff. So they're also very long-term thinkers as well, and yeah, seems pretty good. I can't tell y'all yet, man. Magnus,
bro.
John.
That's it.
Can't
That's it.
tell 'em
No
yet.
more tea.
No more.
Tea party's over, fam.
How many accounts are you copy trading? Are you consulting them to do? 3 to 5. 3 to 5, I think, is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
6 is a little much on the business.
Ideally 5 if we can.
Yeah, from a business perspective, 6 is a lot in my opinion. So I think 3 to 5 is good. You know, you still want to keep the business operating, keep revenue coming in, profits up, right? So 6 is a little much. You know, really good traders are going to take full advantage of that and just milk, you know, the prop firm. So I think 3 to 5 is a good spot to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, GR live broke on Project X.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be awesome.
I think
That would be
Project
such
X
a
is
good thing.
also working on some things like on their back end as well.
Project X live brokerage. Magnus will load up the bank account, bro.
Oh yes, sir. Of course, bro. That would line up perfect. That would just be perfect, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can potentially like fill that wick up there, right, and then come down. So like let's say we pay attention to the 15-minute time frame. We go over to that, right? We fill that wick up there and then just kind of drop down here. prior to 9:30, right? And then you get this bullish closure. I think this is gonna be a good idea to take buys, right? If we retest that zone, we take some buys coming up. If not, we'll have to see how price prints. Definitely don't want to take a buy here, though. Definitely.
Nah, definitely not. No, that'd be just stupid, as Roger would call it.
Absolutely not, bro. Imagine taking the buy now.
Oh yeah. You're buying pretty low.
Hey, I love this question here. And I actually want to show these guys. I want to show them in my next meeting with them. Lights Fire, the great man Lights Fire, one of my favorite elite members. He goes, "What's the difference from the Ignite and the Instant? I'm confused. LOL."
Yeah,
That's what you're trying to avoid as a business owner, right? You see how there's this account, there's that account, there's the rule. See, these rules only apply to this account, and if you get that account, then these rules apply, and then you have this amount of drawdown, but this one you got to get a payout on that day. But gang, that's crazy, right? So simplicity works best. To be honest, Lights Fire, I don't even know the difference. I don't even know the difference.
Bro, I don't even know
Really
too.
Same, and I do. There's no difference.
Bro, I have no idea, no clue what's the difference.
So
There's literally zero difference.
Yeah.
The only difference is the payout requirement or the payout cap. That's it. You're capped a little bit less on the Ignite accounts. That's it. So on an instant funded
they're
account,
cheaper.
everything's the same besides this, right? On the instant funded account, you could take out a 50K, 2,500. On an Ignite account, you're only allowed to take out 1,000.
Yep, and the ESS.
Right? So that's the only difference.
Yep, that you have
the
to
ESS,
pay
what
attention
is it?
to. I think it's 1,000, right, for this one.
Okay.
ESS,
Yeah, so the ESS
20%, 20% actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So you basically for the 25Ks you have $1,000 drawdown, 20% ESS. The daily loss limit is 500. You see what I mean? It's just the
It's too
drawdown
much,
is
bro.
end of the day.
Way too much.
And the profit target's $12.50. But it's not bad because you can get that for $89, which is pretty
true,
damn good,
true.
right? So this is an opportunity for anyone who wants to run instant funded accounts that maybe you don't want to spend like that 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 like we were talking about earlier, but you still want to get an instant account. This is that account for you, So that's what they're doing. They're testing it out and trying to see if they have a market for it, because there are a lot of people that would like instant funded accounts, but again, they just they can't pay $400 or $500. So it makes sense, I guess they're gonna test the waters on it.
Yep.
This is Top One Futures. Yeah, if you guys can use code TTE. Right now they have a 40% off, I think, on all accounts with TTE as the code word. So these are the guys that we've been using. We use Top One, Top Step, and I think some people may use some other ones too, but those are probably the two big ones. The Eagle 4000. Dan, you're going to get the first account. The first account. The only reason we become... Oh, so I wanted to mention this. I was driving yesterday and I thought, or the day before that, I don't even know at this point, but at one of these days recently I was driving and I just started thinking like, I came to this realization that, these prop firms have really geared me up to become one hell of a trader. And when I say that, like, we don't realize that when we buy these prop firm accounts and you get a payout or you pass, you have done some impressive things, right? Because I know, like, when you buy an account, a prop firm, I know it says 50K, right? I understand that. But I also understand that that's an illusion, right? And what you're really doing is buying drawdown. So what you really got is $2,500, right? So to go out and make $3K on a $2,500 account is freaking impressive, gang. And we don't even realize that we've been doing this.
You're flipping it.
You're flipping these accounts because I thought to myself, yo, I started an account with 30 grand. 2.5 to 3 months later, I took 60 grand from that account, from a $30,000 account. I doubled the account, right? And then what really hit me is when I did my 10K withdrawal on Friday, and I'm like, hold on, right? I made $18,000 last week off a $30,000 account. So what I realized was these prop firms actually geared us up to be some insane traders when it comes to ROI on accounts, right? Again, you don't realize because you're fooled by the illusion of you have a $50,000 account and you only made $3,000. Gang, you had a $2,500 account that you made $3,000 on. That is a big deal, right? Imagine having a $25,000 account and making $30,000. That's a big deal. So you don't realize, but what's happening right beneath your nose or whatever is you are becoming one hell of a trader when it comes to ROI. And again, I didn't even realize this until the live account came into play, and I started thinking, how am I getting these gains, right? How the heck am I like getting this type of a ROI on, this account? And my first thought was, okay, well, I'm definitely risking pretty high, right? But at the same time, you don't realize you're risking super high here too, because remember, your risk when you pick your lot size out, you're you're doing it based off of 50K, not realizing you only have 2,500. So imagine, like, you think you're trading small, but you're really trading pretty big for the most part for the amount of drawdown that you have on that account, which is again the account size, right? Because if the account says it's 50,000, but you can only lose 2,500, then do you have 50,000 or do you actually have 2,500?
Exactly.
Does this make sense? Is this clicking?
Same.
So this hit me hard the other day.
100%.
If 100%, bro. I have $2,000 of drawdown in my 50Ks, and I'm usually risking about $500 per trade. That's 25% risk.
There you go.
In that account.
Yep.
So yes, you're definitely risking high right there.
Yep. So yeah, man. Little do you know, you may be gearing yourself up to be one heck of a live account trader, capital trader in the near future.
Definitely. And you're right, bro. I mean, that's kind of the route you have to go when you're trading with low capital like that. You kind of have to go that route in terms of flipping it and taking high sizes,
Yep.
That's why the prop firms work so well, that business model right there.
For sure. Damn, Legion, I didn't even see you wrote that, but yeah, man, for real.
Yeah, you aren't trading a 50K account, you're trading that $2,000, right, of drawdown. That's people really do forget about that.
Yeah, they really
and then
do.
What you get 2,000, you have to make a 3K. So you have to flip the account, right? You have to do a 150% flip. So
Insane.
Yeah, man. Wild. So, yeah, I just figured I'd bring that up because it was a little bit of a, just something I came to realize the other day when I was thinking about, the live account and all that. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. I remember thinking that on my forex funds account, I'm only risking 1%. I'm chilling, but it was really 10%.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. In, let's say, FTMO or any of those my forex funds or any of those forex type of accounts, you had 10 grand, but you had to make 8 grand. So you didn't just have to make 8%. You had to make 80% of your overall account, right? So no one realized this because people do, but the majority don't, right? The majority don't. Just like life in general, most of the people won't catch on, right? So again, a lot of people in life and in trading are falling victim to the illusion, right, of what things are. So once you realize what it is, now you're like, holy crap, I didn't make 8%, I made 80%, right? And so let's say you got to 6%, but you failed your account. My forex fund is going to make you think you're a stupid idiot, right, and a bad trader. But little do you know, you made 60% on an account, right? Yeah, you fell shy, maybe you didn't get the 8%, but you literally put up 60% of an account, right? So you got to give yourself credit. And again, the idea is, with the prop firms, especially originally, it was like, hey, let's make them almost feel bad, right? That they can't get 8%, aka 80% on the account. So, yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Everyone's waking up to the illusion in all areas of life, including trading.
Yeah, facts, bro. Yo, we're all flipping accounts here, chat.
Flippy. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Right. That was the thing with the forex right there. Always rise. Right. You have to do it. You have to flip the account 3 times in the forex prop firms to get a payout.
Yeah,
Most
true.
traders ain't flipping accounts 3 times, right?
Yo, that's
In a
true.
row.
That's true. You had to get 80% on the first run, then you had to get 50% on the second run, and then to get a payout, you had to get like what? Like 8% or something, right?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Like 5 or 8%. Yep.
That's crazy.
So insane, man. Yeah.
Right. What was it? Yeah. I think or like 2 to 4 weeks, right? Mugs. Yeah.
That's what I'm
Something like
saying,
that.
man.
But same thing, pretty much.
And bro, those forex accounts were expensive. Like,
Yo, bro.
it was like $500 for like an
Dude, I know,
evaluation.
bro. That wasn't cheap, especially for me, being in high school and stuff. Like that was not
Nah,
cheap
same.
at all.
And 2 phases too, you gotta get through. Oh
I
my
know.
goodness.
and then qualify for a payout.
Oh,
Like that was
Yeah.
why the fact that we even participated in that was crazy.
Right? The pen.
getting a payout back then was mad impressive.
Right. Yeah, man.
And then if you
Fair.
didn't pass in 30 days, you lost the account too.
Yeah.
Oh,
You had to start it back
You
up.
only had 30 days to pass.
And I
Not that
remember
you
certain
need
firms
not that you need much time.
Right.
I mean, look at this account that I'm trading. I got like these accounts on Friday. This account on Friday, so one 1,300, one 2,600. The next one, if I get $2,000, boom, you pass. So you say you could do it in 3 days, and a lot of times I do it in 2 or 3 days, 4 days, and imagine waiting 30 days. So that was another illusion, right? They want you to think it should take 30 days, right? That again, everything. All the expectations were put on the trader, right? It should take you 30 days, and unless you get 8%, aka 80, then you're not that good of a trader, and you got to go back, and it's just wild. It's wild.
Right.
The other thing about the live account too is you only follow your own rules, and the fact that hey, at the end of the week I could take my money. At the end of the day, I could take my money, right? It's just such a cool feeling, like knowing that you're trading for a reason, right, with intent, that you can literally pull that money out whenever you like without anyone's approval or anyone's rules, right? Like, oh no, you can't take a payout yet because you didn't do this or you didn't do that, or it hasn't been enough days, or like what, like. So yeah, there's many differences between live and funded, but I like both games. You just got to play the rules, to both.
Right.
yeah. It's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Right.
Pros
Jordy,
and
man, I would take my
cons.
time. Like every day traders should do the same thing, right? It should be a rinse and repeat process. We should always look for the next best trade, right? Whether we're in drawdown on our accounts, whether we're in profit, whether we're trading a 150K account size, whether we're trading a 50K account size, whether we're $500 away from being funded or a payout, or $500 away from drawdown or blowing the account. I think we should all just show up and look for the next best trade and risk our means, right? And I think that's it. So I would say take your time, right? Mike Bellafury, a wise man, right, once said, one good trade, repeat, one good trade, repeat, one good trade, repeat. And that's what I think our process should be while we're trading our edge, right? One good trade at a time. So take your time with it.
Yep. 100%.
Take your time. What up, Lysker? Yeah, that's true. I guess the only person you do need approval from is the broker. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, so it's not completely no rules, but All right, gold.
Oh,
Don't like this price action here much today.
if we come back down like close to bearish, that would make sense, like close down below and kind of fill it that week as you said before, and then come back down.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the 15 now, that would make sense, like grabbing the highs on the 15 there, the previous and all that.
Yeah, looks good. 9:30 coming too.
Yeah, exactly. So break at that 15 low right there should be good. We'll see.
Yeah, how was London session today, Magnus?
Great, man. Incredible. Yeah, we had
I heard
a
it was
buy
great.
setup, but it closed like below the range. We got no bottom wick on the current candle that drove, but you can see the inverted celery right there on the chart.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
beautiful, bro. Nice.
yeah, no bottom wick, and yeah,
Fair way, yeah.
you see it there. Yeah, we closed below that range to the left, and we had no bottom wick.
Yeah, I see it.
Unfortunately, we waited for fake outs there, so everything played out as we wanted to, but yeah, nothing really. And we have to be, accept these things happen. Like we can't control the outcome of like how the trade's gonna play out. If you get the right closures, if you get bottom wicks, top wicks, we just gotta be okay and stick to our plan because the plan is what makes us money by the end. At the end of the day, so
Exactly.
Very true.
Very true.
The plan makes the money.
Yeah,
and that was not a part of the plan. So simply don't take it. That's it.
exactly.
Love it.
Yep. Yeah, I was looking for some buys in the same sort of area too.
Yeah. I jumped in real quick to see for New York too.
Yeah.
But
The one with no lower wick that just drove up there.
yeah, bro. I saw you with the arrows.
Yeah, no. I'm like, all right, let's
No.
go. Come on.
Yeah, hope we get that resistance. I'd probably be in those cells. That look good.
Yeah, and the sells too. We were looking for the buys up and the sells down.
Yeah.
Both
bro.
ended up playing out, just no setups or entries, like you said. So no trades.
Yeah, and it gets so easy because you know yet that you don't make money long term by taking those, let me say,
Yeah.
stupid trades.
Exactly.
Because it is stupid
Exactly.
trades. Like it isn't following the plan, and if you
Yeah.
don't follow the plan, you're not gonna make long term money in this game. Like that's just how it is. You have to
Exactly.
stick and follow the plan.
Yeah.
Stick to. Yeah.
Yeah. I matured when I showed up looking to follow my trading rules instead of looking to take trades, and that's where money comes from. You ask any professional trader ever, they'll all say money is the byproduct of being disciplined to your rules. So I think once you show up with the mindset of, okay, let's follow our rules instead of take a bunch of trades, that's where maturity happens, and then eventually money comes with that too.
Spot on. And you said some very good words. I noted it down too.
Yeah.
You said like I don't get paid from taking winning or losing trades. I just get paid from being disciplined and patient to the plan. That's it.
Yep, exactly.
That was insane, bro.
Exactly.
I was like, whoa,
It's just-
that's so facts.
Just like anything out there, right? We talk a lot about just normal jobs. Like you get paid to do a job. The job of a trader is to follow their rules, and then they get paid. So
Mhm.
all of us
And-
get paid to follow the rules, and that's why I say money's a byproduct of doing that.
And like, bro, like it is mentally hard to just let something go or know that you knew the direction and then just let it go, let it run, all of these things, having FOMO, all of these things here. So
Right.
it's just about following the plan. Like that's it. We
Exactly.
can't really just fall down to these levels of like FOMO and feel all of that because that's gonna make us trade, with a lot of flaws and all that. And it's hard to follow the plan when you're an emotional mess.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's a process to everything, right? Things take time. Like you really do got to reprogram your mind to think like a professional trader, because it's not normal. We're not thinking in normal ways anymore. We're thinking in a way of a professional trader, which is going to take a process to reprogram your mind. And this is what the process is, and this is how we reprogram the mind, just by getting the mental reps in, right? How many days do I have to get the reps in of me speaking positive affirmations? Like, all right, money's the byproduct of following your plan, follow your plan, right? Like it's a reprogram of the mind, and this is the process, and this is how you get the reps in, right? What we're doing right now, we're speaking it. So, those are the mental reps we're talking about.
Exactly. So we're not just sitting here doing nothing right now. We're sitting getting chart experience, watching every candle move. But along with that, we're sitting here, talking about the things, the realities of trading, and or the mental part too. So we speak about money is the byproduct of following the plan and being disciplined. It doesn't matter about winning or losing trades and all that. You really get paid by following the plan, sticking to the playbook, and really putting the pressure on that instead of yourself.
Exactly. Amen.
Yeah. So facts though.
Cheers, bro.
Wow.
Let's be great. Cheers, stay
Bro.
fixed.
Let's do it.
I'll be
Already an 8-figure trader, bro.
Exactly.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, no, that's facts. Straight facts. A lot of people get in the way. You know, most people are going to get in their own way in life and trading. So if you really understand what these guys just said and what they talked about, and you can step out of the way a little bit and get yourself out of the equation, just follow the plan, stay logical, and stay composed. I mean, this is where the trader starts to excel. So,
Bro, yeah. Yeah, man.
Yep.
this
Why is Mag just
where they
walking on the treadmill?
Why
Oh,
not?
man.
Heading in the right direction, bro.
He's
I gotta
heading.
get those steps in.
Yeah. Man's getting the steps in.
Yes, sir.
What up,
10,000
Moonchild?
steps a day, Chad, will change your life. Challenge
Oh
you.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, this weekend's webinar, what'd you guys think?
Bro.
That was fuego.
fire.
Bro.
Rafi,
man.
shout out to Rafi, man.
Yeah.
They,
I was just gonna say,
they honestly get better and better every time.
They really do. This one was one of the best.
Bro,
That's
for real.
Sure.
This
Yeah.
one was dialed. And Rafi was distracted, trying to let people in, get them in the waiting room. Man, this one was murked. Yeah, if you guys haven't
Still,
watched that, you have
Rafi,
to
man.
dial that in. Watch that again,
no.
man.
man, Rafi is
Speechless.
he's a G, bro. My man knows what he's talking about, man. You gotta listen to that webinar again, bro. Holy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for real.
Gems.
Classic.
I was
Classic.
listening, me and Nick were together, and I was listening on Nick's phone, and me and Nick are looking at each other like, bro, this
Yeah.
guy is spitting gems right now. Like, holy smokes. If people
For real.
apply this, their lives change
You know,
instantly, drastically.
Rafi is smarter than I ever thought. And don't take that like that's not like I didn't think he was smart, but he's got a lot of genius in him, and you don't realize that until you spend enough time with him, right? And you hear him talk enough. He is so underrated. It's not even funny, and I love how humble he is, and he just comes in and does his thing. He's well prepared, right? He's always got things prepped for us. He's got the slideshows, right? Everything is crispy, and the more he talks, the more I realize there's hidden genius in him that really needs to be, like
Showcase.
showcased. Yeah, and anytime he talks and has, you have the opportunity to have him hit the mic, especially on these webinars, gang, take full advantage of that. Full advantage. You don't hear that type of stuff in most rooms, and to be able to hear that is honestly a privilege. So not a lot of people think the way he thinks and can explain it in that type of manner. So beautiful webinars. I can't wait for part 2. There's no way I'm getting in the middle of part 2 next week. So we got Rafi coming up again, I believe, next week. I think that's what he wants to do too. So we'll run part 2 right away while it's still fresh in everyone's mind.
Perfect, bro.
Yeah.
We all love Nick, of course, but when Nick's like, yo, webinar day, it's Rafi's turn, no one in the chat has a problem with that. We're all like, bet. We're excited, ready to go. We got our notepads ready because this man's about to spit.
For real.
Yes, sir. You gotta
Like, he
grab
really
your
is,
notepad on the rerun of that. If you guys are rewatching that, definitely grab your notepad. All right, we got 9:30 here. We closed bullish here, but obviously like overextended right at resistance, and now we close again here, right in the middle of this observation zone. So I think if 945 wants to tuck back below that 88 zone there, then the sells look pretty valid. If price wants to run bullish today, probably gonna go without me. Yeah, but 15-minute
It's
closure.
9:30.
Yeah, 15 closure, I think back below the range here looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, 9:30 already, man.
It's 9:30 and there's no playbook setups, damn it.
The worst. The worst.
Yeah, chat, how's everyone's trading day going? You guys busy on the charts? You guys patiently waiting here for your setups? Nice, 0 trades, no trades, cool. Yeah, practicing patience here.
Yes, sir. Nothing.
Delay gratification. We ain't settling for anything less than A+. Let's go. Patient with breakfast and coffee. W. Not
Break-
like, you know,
break
enjoying
fast?
some breakfast and coffee.
Nothing
while
like break
waiting for a
fast?
trade. We always have break fast, you know?
No trades since Asian. Yeah, I think that Asian was the best trade of the day here so far, which was right here.
Yeah.
Other than that, we've just been chopping.
Don't even remind me of the Asian session trade.
So John, what happened with you? You were in way earlier than me.
Yeah. I was in on the 15-minute. Go to the 15-minute real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
So execute on the 15-minute. And then I was like, the candle closed doji. So I'm like, all right, let me just get out of the trade. It was 10 p.m. So end of the Asian session for me.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, I'll take my small 13 pip loss, which didn't phase me. And I'm going to shut my computer off and go to bed. But, yeah.
Then the alert
We ended
started
up juicing
pop.
up
The
there.
Discord alert start coming in.
Yup.
Ding, ding,
Yup.
ding, ding.
Exactly. So now I'm laying in my bed, you know, I'm ready to go to sleep, and I get a notification on my phone from Discord, and it's Nick. And it's like, at everyone
no.
who caught the buys, I'm like, you mother.
Hey, they were adding me,
I
bro.
could imagine.
Like, brother, I was all relaxed, ready to go to sleep. Now I want a revenge trade.
Now you're wide awake, bro.
Now
Wide
he's like-
awake.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now I'm
no-
like, all right, I need to get these buys. Damn.
No
Now you
lie.
didn't even catch the buy or get sleep.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so funny because I honestly I wasn't even gonna take that trade. I was basically getting ready for bed, seeing the trade. I'm like, let me take this, and then literally I was not tired. You know when you take a trade and you're like, I can't go to bed now. Like I'm hyped, so I just stayed up for like another 2 hours after that.
I was actually I thought that thing was about to juice off, and I was literally gonna send it to you because I got in at like a little after 9:30 where there's a bunch of volume. So I was getting ready to send it
Didn't
over
even
to
send me the signal. That's messed up.
you. Sorry, bro. I should have sent you the signal, but it happened quick.
Should have.
But you caught it anyways. It all worked out. So you don't see, Chad. You don't need to send a signal to someone who knows how to make signals himself, right?
Signals.
Nah, but those are amazing buys, Chad. If you guys caught those, super happy for you guys. You know, all jokes aside, you know, great job. Congrats.
Thanks, bro. US 30? Yeah, if you have a question on it, I can take a look. I think YM, right? US 30? The Dow? Yeah. US 30. So it looks like the daily closed bearish, which is nice. 4 hours been moving bullish, which ultimately this move up here has just created the daily top wick now. 4 hour kind of broke the highs, but didn't really do much after that. Let's take a look at the 1 hour here. 1 hour is trying to, we've been ranging a little bit. So it looks like you have support, you got resistance, right? Maybe a little fake out just went down there. Let's take a look at the 30. 30 got, yeah, it looks like you got a closure below. So this should continue down. Yeah, you got a bearish daily, potentially bearish 4 hour if this wants to be the high here. So yeah, you got almost no wick there, but we came up, we broke the highs, starting to come back down now. So yeah, it looks all right. I think all price action today is a little choppy. You see all that choppiness to the left here too. So like outside of that clean wick fill, everything else is just very choppy here. So this may struggle, but I would probably be, you know, more in favor for price to move down and attempt to fill that wick today. Boom, boom. You know the feeling.
Damn.
Yo,
I
this is
said
your
good
butt's
job,
hilarious.
man.
Huh?
I'm sorry, what?
Isaac took a payout here. So send it in the chat.
Oh, payout time. Let's go.
Good.
Let's go, Isaac.
Let's go, Isaac.
Little
man.
$3,000.
Crushing it.
Good job.
Little 3,000. Let's get it, brother.
Awesome.
Let's get it.
Congratulations, Isaac.
Isaac,
Man.
back to business, baby.
Oh,
Back
yes,
to
sir.
He's
business.
back to
You
business.
got 5 face to face too.
Yee.
Bro, just wait until it takes a payout on those 5.
That's big baller right there.
Wow, bro. We got some ballers in the chat, man.
This
We do,
3 grand is
do.
nothing. That
Not gonna lie, we do have some ballers in the chat, like,
for real.
and it's been cool because I've seen y'all come in with 9-to-5 jobs and money problems, and now you guys are like wheeling and dealing, getting payouts. Like some of you guys are even like walking away from your 9-to-5 jobs, which is dope. So dope.
Yeah, man. A lot of you, yeah. Let's go.
It's
Where's
fun.
that Freedom Party invitation, chat? I want it.
Yeah, for real, freedom party. Bro, the funny
Something
thing
new.
is, a lot of times some of them are quiet, and you don't hear it until the success story is there.
I
Like,
know.
then you hear like, quit my 9 to 5, help my mom out with debt. You know, all of these things.
Yeah.
Like, it's so.
That's
inspirational.
the other thing, man. It's like some people in the chat, like these payouts are coming at the perfect times in their life right now, like where they need to help mom pay rent or
Back
they
against the
need to
wall,
pay rent,
making
right?
it happen.
Exactly. They need money and it comes through these payouts. So a lot of people are changing their lives here, you know, and getting these payouts at perfect times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. You just randomly, so you don't see you'll never see this person's name ever in the chat, and then they will just randomly pop in the chat and tell you some next level accomplishment that they hit, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy.
Bro, I took a picture of like two. It was just insane. Never seen any name like that. Maybe once, twice, and then just pops in and like free this whole
Yeah.
family and
Yeah, dude,
9 to 5 outs and.
It's
Yeah,
like, who are
insane.
you? Holy smokes, $10,000 payout.
Yeah, like what? Like what?
One guy
Insane.
made like $25,000 like in one day, and that was
Yeah.
like what, like maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Bro,
Crazy.
yeah, never spoke in the chat, anything like that. Just coming in Clubhouse Profits, sending 25 grand a day.
Yeah, bro.
Like what?
Yeah, man.
Crazy, man.
Insane. It was even more.
Yeah, we
it was
got-
like 27.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of traders who've been killing it, but are just here for the vibes too, you know, like the vibes are here. Like you gotta, I feel good because I'm here right now, you know, in a good environment. So, you know, it really does help, I think, a good environment to trade in, a good community to trade with. Like, even if you
Exactly.
got your own edge, you know, you don't get tempted by our plan. You are just disciplined to your plan. It's just the vibes and the energy being here is way better than being, you know, alone, right?
True, and
I know what it's like to
when
be a lonely trader.
exactly when you succeed with a team, you want to stay with that team. You know what I mean? Like it's who,
Right.
it's like who you were with all the time. So you want to like be with those people who can uplift you instead of maybe all the people around you too, like in your hometown or the people that knew you and hasn't seen you change and all that. They
Right.
basically know you from the old person you were, and it's always gonna be like they want to put you down and like think bad about you or oh you're that guy now, oh you're doing trading now or all of that. Like it's good to be with people that uplift you and people that has a positive attitude and all that instead of it could be at home too, but most of
Yeah.
y'all like I've heard too that some of them for your own whole or old town or the people you knew, it's not really what we're
different.
seeing. So
Right.
it's great to have a community you can go to.
A different environment, right?
Yeah,
Some of you
true.
guys played sports. There's nothing better, I mean, than being on a team where your boys with the players are, you know, close with the players on a team. There's nothing like being on a team, right? At the end of the day, if you come from sports. So I think I get that from being here, you know, in this community. So yeah, the vibes are there.
The vibe.
Yep.
Like I posted last night, trading's the greatest sport I ever played. Entrepreneurship is the greatest sport I ever played. Trust me, all you bums, I mean, all you guys that are unemployed and you're just sitting at home watching sports while your wife goes to work, I'm telling you, there's a much better sport to play, and that's the sport of entrepreneurship, the sport of trading, you know, winning in real life, like I said on my live stream. Instead of saying, hey, we won, right? When the Yankees win or the Mets win, how about making $2,500 to go and
Giants.
say, hey, shorty, you can go ball out at the Gucci store tomorrow if you want, or go to the grocery store, fill up the cabinets. The kids are eating this week, baby, right? How about that? So you want to play your own game. Don't get too caught up in the illusion, right, of everything else that's going on in the world. Keep in mind it's all going on for one reason, and that reason is to distract you from being the best you can be. Trust me. They want to feed off your. They want to feed off of your attention and your money, right? Because where your attention goes, that's where your money's gonna flow. So they're gonna get your attention. You're gonna buy the. You even bought a uniform for your wife to rock another man's last name. That's crazy.
Ooh.
That's crazy to me. That's
I'll
wild.
be embarrassed.
Yeah. So you gotta start playing your own game, gang. Right? How about you get your jersey, throw it on your wife. Say, wear this, honey. I'm the man. I'm gonna save you from the 9-to-5 job from big old fat Peter over there, trying to boss you around every day.
Yeah, that's the least you could do is put your name on the jersey. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The Gucci store is a distraction. All right, go plant some flowers in the garden, honey. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, baby. You could do it. Go plant some flowers. Whatever you want to do. Go ground. I don't know. Go jump in the cold plunge. As long as you ain't listening to Pistol Pete at the 9-to-5 job anymore, then you're good to go. Snap. You know what I mean? So you got to get involved in your game, right? Your game. You know, one of my buddies asked me, "Hey, you watching the fights tonight?" And I said, "Which ones?" You know, I remember. Oh, Canelo, man, that's the biggest fight of the year. So, all right, I'll check it out. But I was gonna watch it, but you know what? I got distracted. You know what I was distracted doing? I was watching a documentary on the Matrix and how the Matrix applies to real life. So I missed the fights, right? But you know what I did learn? I got some wisdom. I got some knowledge. I got some insight on how to continue glitching, on how to continue operating, right, outside of the illusion. So, yeah. Gold on steroids? Better. Yeah, I think so. Rob. What up, Rob? Yeah, exactly. Up, yeah, it's all. You guys ever heard of the word psyop, eh? I don't think so. I don't think you guys have ever heard the word psyop.
Nah, bro. I never learned that in the school system.
Yep. Remember, the world is a stage.
It definitely is.
Yep. I work with a Pete. Oh, snap. Clinks. It's time to clink them. Oh, snap.
What's up, Green? Green, did you watch the fights, man?
Green.
Yeah, we were gonna watch them Saturday night, but we didn't.
Green, I missed the fight, brother. I missed it.
Honestly, bro, we were pretty tired, right? After our long trip. Little
I don't ever get tired. I was up. Right, I was grinding. I was watching a documentary on the Matrix.
Yeah, cool, bro.
Wake up, Neo.
Wake up, Neo.
The webinar, yeah, you can find it. Just go to so if you're new to the Clubhouse, you got to go on the website. So go to timedtrading.com. Just log into your account there. Let me log into mine. Then click Clubhouse, right? And then once you click Members section, you'll come over to here, and then just this is the course. So you have the full trading course in here. You got do's and don'ts in terms of like trade setups, so that way you can go look and get a visual. These are going to be like the weekly trading recaps, and then the webinars will be right in here. So you just click webinars, start course, and then you'll see them all. Yeah.
Why don't you show YouTube the do's and don'ts? Psych. They don't get that one. They don't get that.
Yeah.
Come on, YouTube, get in the Clubhouse. We're waiting for you.
Messed up.
John trolling now.
Do a little trolling.
Bro, I swear there's no funnier place than this.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know we had a year membership in the Clubhouse. What the hecky?
Got
I didn't even know we had that option. Wow.
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't know that. TK, what the hecky? I didn't even know that.
Helly?
How long have I been trading? I've been trading for 6 years. About 6 years. I was a horrible trader for like the first 3 years. And now I'm okay. I'm doing decent, doing all right. Learning, continuing to learn every day, continuing to grow. Certainly not the best trader in the world, but just getting better day by day. Live, doing it with the family here too. And I think we're all just leveling up. That's pretty much where we're at. I don't think we really claim to be the best traders or whatever, but we do pretty good. Let's see. Exit strat. He said I'm heading back to the clubby. That's messed up, bro.
What up, exit strat?
Just randomly found this live. Hey, welcome, my friend. Welcome. In for about 4 or 5 years. Started in 2021. Awesome, man. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Yeah, if you put in the work, if you're willing to, you really gotta, as a trader, you're gonna make a bunch of mistakes that ultimately you gotta get sick and tired of, and then you move on. That's trading. Here's trading. You get in because you want to make a whole bunch of money. You get in, you start gambling to make that bunch of money. Then you make a bunch of really stupid decisions. You blow a lot of accounts. You waste a lot of money. And then you finally get tired of making those mistakes. And then you move on to the profitable stage. So until you get tired of making the mistakes that you're making, you'll just keep doing it, right? Keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So for me, I probably could have got over my mistakes in the first 2 years. But I'm a little extra special, right? So I wanted to go an extra third year of making those same mistakes before I made my adjustments, right? So that's really it. Once you can make enough mistakes and realize what's hurting you and what's kind of keeping you not profitable anymore, you just fix those, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it.
Yep.
And then you just stick to that, right? So for the last really like 4 years, I've basically just stuck to the same exact trading system every single day. And, just happened to, I definitely didn't master it, but just happened to get more, comfortable and familiar with it, right? Pattern recognition and just recognizing certain things happening over and over again, collecting the data and moving on.
Yeah, and you can overcome any trading problem out there with just a couple set of fundamental rules to protect you from making that problem, right? And then be consistently disciplined to your rules, and you will find yourself not causing those mistakes or not making those problems anymore. So that's why it's all about following your rules, not just for the money, but to protect you from making these mistakes, right? Or these problems that we're looking to overcome too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So like a simple problem, right? Like over trading can be overcome by a rule that says, all right, 1 to 2 trades a day max. And now if you follow that rule, it will protect you from causing that mistake and that problem, right, of overtrading.
Yep.
So you got a problem, think of a rule to protect you from it, and then put it in your trading plan.
Definitely. Can you suggest me a book to improve my discipline in trading? Yes, The Forex Mindset by Jared F. Martinez. The Forex Mindset. It's a white and green book. One of the best books I've ever read, especially when it comes to trading.
Yeah, facts.
Which one you saying?
The Forex Mindset.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that one too. Only read Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you gotta read that one.
Yeah, I bet I do. Really do.
Yes, that's true, Dre.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. It's so true. It's like once you learn the technicals, it's all about mastering yourself. It's all about mastering yourself because, yeah, if you can't stay composed in this tricky, complicated market. And I know we say price action is very simple, but believe it or not, it's complicated, right? But you can make something complicated pretty simple by sticking to the same things day in and day out, and just again having that sort of pattern recognition. Notice how we take the same trades all the time, right? That are in our playbook. So once you really develop that recognition and you get chart time and you kind of do this long enough, that's when things really start making a lot of sense. And then you're able to stay composed now because you're like, hey, that's happened before. I've seen that before. I've seen that 100 times. Yeah, we did that. We've seen that, right? And now everything is just regular to you. So it's just in the beginning, it's very tricky. And then most people, believe it or not, even if they're trading for 5 years, let's say they've been trading for 5 years, right? This was where they started. They're 5 years in. They're really not 5 years in. They're just beginning over and over again because they go from this strategy to this strategy to this strategy, and what they do is they remain a beginner for 5 years, right? And they go from strategy to strategy because again, what did Dre said? Once you master the technicals, now you have to master yourself. So if you haven't even mastered a technical system yet, right, and you're 4.5 years deep, you're nowhere near profitability yet because you still haven't even mastered yourself within those technicals, right? So that's why I say if you find a system that you like, stick with it. Don't keep hopping because you'll remain a beginner. And you may say, well, I've been trading for 5 years. And it's like, really? You've been trading the same system, same way, same exact everything for 5 years? Oh, no, I don't have a system yet. And, I'm still kind of working on it. So then you haven't been trading for 5 years, right? You can't start the clock until you've really found the system that you're going to be disciplined to and commit to every day. Once you find that system, now you can say, okay, here we go. Let me plant my stake here, and let's see how good we can get at trading this system. And then from there, right, that's where the time starts ticking. And at that point, time becomes your edge, right? Time becomes your edge now, because you're just going to see the same things over and over, day in and day out, and you'll catch on to it. If you have a brain, you're going to catch on to it. I've always been a knucklehead for 20 years. Hey, man, I was like a knucklehead for 20 years too. But in year 22, I decided to, switch it up.
That's so true.
Decision.
It's so true.
Yes. Yeah, the technicals is the easy part. Again, I can teach my children how to trade technicals, right? And now I gotta help them handle their emotions. But the cool part about a kid, and this is why we say, hey, just be childlike, right, is because they don't have emotions too much, right? When it comes to this stuff, they're gonna play this like it's a game, right? And they're gonna say, hey, that's the technicals, right? They don't know what money is too much yet. They don't understand, oh, we're up money, we're down money, it's this amount or that amount. And a lot of times we get very emotional in our trades because, let's say we're up $1,000. You may think that's a lot of money, right? But the market's willing to give you $5,000. But you're gonna take that 1,000 and sell yourself short at times because that may be a lot of money to you, right? Or that may be a lot of money to your upbringing, right? Because we all have a different relationship with money. Maybe your parents, in a whole month, the most your parents ever made was $1,000, right? So obviously you're gonna grow up thinking $1,000 is a lot of money, and that will be programmed in you. So when you start trading, right, you're gonna look at that 1,000, you're gonna go, whoa, or let's just call it 500, right? You're gonna look at that and you're like, I need to take that, but you don't need to take that, right? Because the market's about to give you more, but then we sell ourselves short based on our relationship, right, with the dollar or the emotional attachment of money. So this is where you got to start learning technicals, and then start only taking your partials when those technical levels are hit, those TP1s, TP2s, and just getting a little bit familiar with the detachment of money, right? Because once you detach from the money, you now can trade almost emotionless, right? With all logic and all price action at that point. So, that's how you really instill this composure in your mind, is just detach from the emotional, the emotional feeling with money, and only focus on what it takes to win, right? From a technical perspective.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My biggest win streak, I don't know. I think we went over that, didn't we? I think we tried looking at that like a couple weeks ago. I think it was like nine trades so far this year on the win streak. Let me go back to August real quick. I think I think it was like late July maybe into August. Yeah, look at that. So it didn't really trade much towards the end of the month, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think it was 13 this year. That was probably our biggest one. Yeah, I think it was like 13 or something. We've had higher ones like in the previous years, but this year probably like 13. How do you get over boredom in trading? Yeah, just do different stuff, while you wait. That's all.
That's good though. Good trading is boring trading.
Yeah.
Because you should just be like, when you're waiting and just sitting and doing nothing, like that's boring. And that's what trading is, just sitting and waiting, for your setup. And that's boring, right? So yeah, good trading is boring trading.
Yeah.
Really, I've found out that like you should really, I come to find out that I really trade 5% of the time during my day, right? The other 95% of the time, I'm literally just waiting for setups. So trading is really like 95% waiting, 5% trading.
True, but in the pursuit of every single success in any endeavor, it's pretty mundane, pretty boring, because you do the same stuff every single day. But it's necessary to And like for delayed gratification and all that, you know, it's choosing the right decision or the mundane or boring decision, even though it brings you something, but it's much further down the road.
Yep.
Right.
But right now you can just see it, like the vision we talked about. And
Yes, exactly.
it's those two options.
Like you said,
So
the vision.
You can choose pleasure right now, or you can choose division. So
If you don't know the vision,
Right.
what makes you think that you'll do the boring stuff?
Right.
sure.
Right?
Exactly.
Why would you do the boring stuff if you don't even know your why,
That's facts, bro.
aka your vision? So if you don't know exactly why you're doing this, you'll never stick with the mundane, boring, day in and day out task that it takes to win. Not just in trading, but in life in general. So if you don't know your why or your vision, you're not going to stick with certain things when they're boring or when they get difficult, right? If you don't know, that means you're only doing it for the positive, right? You're only once things get tough, you'll just back away because you don't know why you're doing things, right? So, got to know your why.
Yeah. When the why is powerful, the how is easy. For sure. So true.
Remember, never ask people, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? You ask them, how do you want to live, right? What's your why? What's your why? What's the big reason?
How do you want to live?
After joining the clubhouse for just 3 weeks, my patient level has improved a lot. Now I can wait hours for one setup. Even if the setup appears, if the criteria doesn't match, I just skip the trade without hesitation. W. Yeah, I mean, that's what the pros do. You know, that's what the pros do.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, beautiful.
Literally what they do. Yeah.
Yeah, gold, we either need a new support above 91 here now, or we might look for sells below 86. But yeah, probably just a new support above 91, and then we take buys. Yeah, so if this candle, if we can get like two or three more candles here on the 15 to maybe print bearish, right? Maybe down here, right? Something like that. And then we get a bullish closure, I would take these buys here.
That'd be fire. That'd be 30 inverted seller too. 15
Yeah,
fake out.
something like that.
Yeah,
15
cool.
onion. I'm down for that too.
Message. How old am I? I don't know. I don't even know, like, I don't know if we're being lied to about years and age and all that, so I don't even know. I think I'm one. I'm just one. Every birthday
just
now, we
exist.
just celebrate one. We're just one. Year one,
Yeah,
baby.
we're just
Year one.
rolling
Let's go.
down, bro.
I'm one too.
We got all the future ahead of us. That's all I know.
Yeah, I don't count age. I'm just existing.
Same.
Existing to reach
Age
the
is a
highest
good,
version
bro.
of myself.
Big scam.
Nah,
Age is a
same,
massive
bro.
scam.
For real, it is.
Right, don't want to be fooled with that style.
Yeah, yeah. It's all psyops, gang. Psyops everywhere. Bots everywhere. Psyops everywhere. Once you can see through the illusion, the game becomes extremely fun. Extremely fun.
Me and
Oh,
Nick,
no,
this
being
weekend-
lied to? No, 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 no. By the government? Absolutely not. I would never expect anything like that.
Bro, you're crazy. You think you're getting lied to by the government, bro? You're crazy.
Come
Bro,
on.
what if the government lied to us? It would be in the news, bro. Like,
Yo,
come on.
Why would the government lie to us? That just doesn't make sense.
True, true. Very true.
Yeah, me
Bots
and
everywhere,
Nick,
man.
Me and Nick were on the balcony this weekend at the resort, and we're just looking out, and we see a bunch of people just walking on the ground. And we're looking at each other, we're like, how do we know if those are NPCs or not, bro?
Yep.
And we were just
For
like,
real.
these gotta be NPCs. They're just in the game, right? They're just existing in the game.
Yeah.
They gotta be,
Yeah.
bro. They gotta be.
This money,
Yeah.
yeah, the money we all crave is indeed an illusion. It really is. It really is. You know, someone asked me the other day, hey, Nick, what would you do if everything just got taken away? I said, who said I wanted it anyway? Who said I cared about any of this stuff? Right?
Literally.
I don't. That's probably why I have it, because I can care less about it. All right? So it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. Believe it or not, you're most likely in a dream right now. I can't tell you that for sure, 100%, but most likely this is a dream world that you live in.
Hi, welcome to your dream. I'll be your guider.
So
You will
that's
not
what we're
remember
talking
this.
about in the clubhouse there.
You will not
Yeah.
remember this unless you listen to the words that Jesus said. Then maybe you'll remember the dream. But other than that, your memory will be wiped and back you go. Oh, ho, ho, back to work you go. Government? No, no way, no way. When we die, we wake up. Snap.
That's crazy, man.
Look, your perceived reality, I don't know if you guys watched the new clip on the TT Profits channel, but your perceived reality is much more real than your actual reality, right? Everything you see in the mind is much more real than what you see in the physical, believe it or not. We're living in a dream world. At one point, this was someone's dream to make, right? This market was someone's dream to be able to trade it like this, right? Zoom at one point was just someone's dream to be able to have connection, right? YouTube was just a dream in someone's mind at one point. All we're living is a dream world, right? Where we're turning everything that you have or see now started as a thought, right? So thoughts govern the world. Thoughts create the world, right? And you have that power in your own mind as well. So everything is birthed out of a thought. So what you think creates your life, right? That's why in that post I said, hey, most people, they spend way too much time talking about the things that they do have that they don't want versus the things that they don't have that they do want, right? So you got to flip the switch a little bit and start to use your mind as the powerful weapon that it is, because everything you see, the whole level up in my life has just ultimately been created out of perceived reality, which ultimately was forced to come into the physical realm, right? Everything begins in the spiritual realm and then makes its way, right? The outer world will reorganize things to match your inner world. And most people, they don't realize that they're using that against them, because all they think about is their debt, their fear, their anxiety, right? Their depression, their losses, right? That's all they think about. So they're using the law. They're just using the law against themselves, right? Where you could really be using that law for you, which is what I do and what we try and train people to do, right? And switching that philosophy over to thoughts are things, right? What you plant, so shall you reap, right? So the thought is a very, very or the mind, I should say, is a very powerful garden, right? That will yield whatever you plant in it. And then at the same time, you got to protect that garden. You got to protect those seeds that are planted in there. Otherwise, they'll never make it to harvest, right? So, same thing with the mind.
Damn, bro. That was a gem, bro. You ain't
Wise
getting
man.
it.
Sorry, quick
I
commercial.
never heard that gem in school, but holy.
By the way, I learned that in 7th grade.
Yeah, you ain't hearing that in school, bro. I didn't hear it at least.
Bro, that's probably the last place you'll hear it.
Bro, your outer world will rearrange things to match your inner world. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Gem.
That's it. I mean, all the greats said it. They all said it, didn't
Mr.
they?
Arnold never said that.
They did.
Yes, sir. As a man thinketh, so is he. Yes, sir. Yes, exactly. So how are you using your thoughts and your mind, right? There's a really good book out there I've told a lot of you guys about. It's called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Highly, highly recommend checking that out. Great
Incredible
read.
book, yeah.
Who's got questions? Can we run through a quick Q&A? I think I got answers today.
My man's got all the answers, chat. Let him.
I might not have them all, but I got answers
Have
today.
at him.
Yeah. Use me. We'll wait for this
Use 'em to get
support,
rich.
potentially. See if that sets up for us. If this support can set up, we might take buys here in a little bit. Reading that now. Very nice. Great book. 80% through that book. It's a great read. W. Yes, I'm going to create a book page on in the clubhouse on the website. Yeah, I'm going to give you guys all my highly recommended books and all that good stuff. I know there's only a couple books on my bookshelf back there, but I've got hundreds of books upstairs. Probably about maybe close to 300 books
I'm telling
upstairs
you,
in the
it's
other
hundreds.
office. Magazine,
You got boxes, cardboard boxes with full of books. That was insane. Like, bro, what?
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
That weighed more
Makes
than my
sense though,
bench.
Yeah,
I
I've
swear,
basically.
Magnus, I literally watched Nick come home for a decade every month with a new book. Crazy. And that's why there's
Insane.
box filled of books in his crib now.
Bro, there was one time I was
it's
reading a book a week.
boxes.
Book a week for a good
Once-
for a decent amount of time too.
One
Wow.
time I looked at Nick and I'm like, all right, bro, it's starting to get a little weird.
Yeah.
Nick, you seriously
getting weird,
need
man.
to get a bookshelf.
Nah,
Sorry, yeah,
I
weird.
got them upstairs. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
I
but
got my
like a-
bigger bookshelf up there.
Oh, you got?
But in my new house, once I get my new house, I'm gonna have a huge bookshelf. Huge bookshelf. So
Cool.
Bro's gonna have a library.
yeah, yeah, literally
Like,
library.
go pick a book, bro. Go do some reading.
Bro.
Well, that's one thing I noticed. You know, when I went to successful people's homes, they had a lot of books, and when I went to poor people's home, they had big TVs,
Damn.
and that just hit me. And I'm like,
Wow.
okay. So the poor people have big TVs and sit in front of it all day. The rich people have big bookshelves and sit in front of that all day. I wonder if that makes any bit of a difference, right? And certainly does. Certainly does. Made all the difference for me. Reading, I could tell you, was the number one habit that changed my life. You know, I wasn't always like this guy that you see up here now, right? So at one point I had to go through that process of transforming, right? And transforming into a new me, right? So, you know, at that time I had to literally immerse myself with books and read as much as I possibly could and try and change my mindset, try and glitch the matrix, so to speak, and create that paradigm shift. And, you know, I remember one year I read about 100 books in a year, and that ultimately gave me the paradigm shift that I needed to go to levels that I didn't even think were possible. You know what I mean? So yeah, reading, definitely, I would say hashtag read more.
When you
Hashtag read more.
when you start to read, your mind becomes literally a gold mine. You
Yep.
start to just know things, right? And
Yep.
like people have heard that one quote, like an empty mind is the devil's workshop, and it's open for mischief and playful use. Well, you can eliminate that or avoid that by filling your mind with gems, you know, from books, you know, personal development, whatever. But yeah, you start filling up your mind. No one else can take up that space now, right? The devil, whoever you want to call it, your mom, no one can take up that space when you take it for yourself and start filling it with some of these gems from these books, right? So yeah, I think it's very important to do that. And the more you know, right? There's so many things to learn each and every day. So you spend each day learning, right? It's taking time, 30 minutes or a chapter of reading. You know, you start to learn more and know more, and you start to fill that space up with more things that are only going to help you throughout life, right?
Mm-hmm. TV and books? Yeah, you got
Superpower
TV and
facts,
books. Yeah. I would say 80-20. You know, 80% of the time, read your books. 20% of the time, chill out and watch some TV.
There you go.
Well, we used to talk about we used to say there's no PV in TV. So what I would do is if I had my TV, instead of watching it, I would put my goal there. I say, I gotta make 5K a month, bro. Like, come on, right? 5K per month, and I would just have that up there. So anytime I looked to turn on the TV, it just said 5K a month, dude. You're slacking. Let's go. Right? So I would just have my goal, or 10,000 or 20,000 or 30, you know, fill in the blank, right? Same thing on my mirrors in my room, my bathrooms, and my bedrooms, everything. Keep the goal right there.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah, goal cards.
Yo, facts only bands, bro. What an insane stream it's already been, and we haven't even taken trades. Crazy.
That's funny.
Deep, man. It's deep here.
ES, I'm probably not touching today. It's on a bullish rally. Don't really want to take sells on ES right now. I think gold.
Oh, yeah,
gold
trading.
possibly.
Forgot.
Best ground beef recipe. That's it. Ground beef.
Yeah, bro.
A
Ground
little,
beef and
little
white rice.
butter, some white rice, maybe a little onion powder, a little garlic powder, maybe. I don't know, something like that.
Maybe some taco seasoning.
Nah. Maybe.
Not for
Not
Nick.
for me though.
Not for Nick.
Snap.
Nick used to roast our mom's tacos, bro. I won't even say what.
Yes, sir, Juan. Yes, sir. Where do I get my ground beef? I get my ground beef from one of these butchers out here. I want to give you the name, but I don't want you guys blowing up my spot. I get all my steaks, my ground beef, my chicken. I don't want y'all taking it all. How many are in TTE? Sheesh, how many are in TTE? What do you say, Magnus?
Was it that spot we went to?
Yeah, you came with me, right, to the butcher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went there.
Some crazy meats over there.
That was sick, right, Magnus?
They had like broth, salt, everything
yep.
like.
Yeah.
And we cooked the steaks right after that on the grill.
Oh my goodness, those were fire.
Bro.
What was that, like 18 ounce? 16, 18?
Dude, I don't even remember. Yeah, like something like that. That's crazy.
Tell
It's a
you
big
this
boy.
thing was huge.
Because we had like 2 each, right? So it was something like that. It was like.
We
6,
do it
7
big,
ounces,
man. We
yeah.
do it big.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little about the ups and downs in the journey throughout your life and stuff? Yeah, man, it's been constant up and downs. You know, it's like the market. You know, the market trends, right? Luckily and fortunately, we've been moving up, right? We've been bullish, but that doesn't mean we haven't had these low points. You know, these tough times, these valley moments. But as I always say, you know, there's value in the valleys, and if you take that valley, then there's always another push up there, right? So, you know, if you're gonna take this route and be a trader or an entrepreneur, you're gonna have, or a business owner, you're gonna have a lot of ups and downs. It's not gonna be like a job, right? Like where a job, you just flatline, right? You're basically dead. No, I'm just kidding. You know what to expect every day. There's really no learning. You know what to do to get a paycheck. It's very simple, right? You have specific hours. You have specific things to do, and you can expect certain things. Where in business ownership, it's not like that. You know, a lot of times it could be downtrending, right? Could be downtrending, and then maybe you come back up, and you know, ultimately you try and find yourself moving up in business, right? And again, you're not gonna get away from these down times here, but at least with the job, you know, this is as far as you'll get. This is the most that will come about, right? Pretty boring in my opinion. You know, maybe you'll get these little increases here and there, but with owning your own business and being your own boss and creating your own lifestyle, there is no cap. You know, the only cap that you have is the cap that you put on. So as long as you're willing to sacrifice and do what's required to get what's desired, sometimes that means making a little higher low and stuff. You know, that's how it's going to be. But there was many times in my life that, you know, we struggled, but always kept positive and remained focused and whatnot. So yeah, I can't think of too many times right now as we're waiting for this closure, but a lot of times, man, a lot of times. So
Dream, struggle, victory.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, so true. Basically dead.
yeah, we talked a lot about that.
Bro. That hit me.
Probably like three New York live streams ago, we hit on a lot of or at least some of the tough times in my career, in my journey on this trading game, or really my journey in general.
Right.
Okay, so we got a support here. Looks pretty good. Open to taking some buys here. The previous candle stops like 78 pips, so we're gonna need a lower wick now. It's 10:15 here, so keep in mind the 30-minute candle's still open. We should fill the wick. We're a bit overextended, I would say, so if we get a lower wick, I'll get in this probably a small size and see if it can go anywhere. Yeah, but it's 10:15. If you guys don't like this trade, I mean, don't take it. 30 minutes still overextended. 1 hour has been moving for a while here, so did you close above?
Like
or slightly close above.
Would you like a range 2, bearish 30?
Like for what, the buy, or
Closure below?
Like closure below 94.6 and the 15 and 30 closing below too.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, basically just on the 15 instead, like a resistance there. You know, below that new support that was created.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you mean, for sells or buys?
sells like at range 2 to the downside. Like
Oh yeah,
below
yeah,
that, so
yeah.
new
Sells
support,
that
yeah.
works. Yeah, sells is good.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? What kind of wick are we looking at? Yeah, if we can come down further. This isn't the best trade either, so I'm not really stressing this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on this one.
Yeah, same.
Which pair do I trade? I trade gold. Gold and S&P 500. Yeah, this probably isn't the best trade to take, so unless you get a steep lower wick, then I'll be interested.
Right. Like, it looks good on the 15-minute.
Yeah,
Everything
15
else-
was fire.
Everything else a little overextended in my
Yeah,
opinion.
exactly.
Right at
True.
resistance.
Yup,
30 is a
Ain't
bit.
that-
Yeah.
Hate that.
Hate that.
You just hear that in the middle.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, bro. Like range 2 here would be fire too, Nick.
Yeah, the range 2
If you
cells would
Like a
be
closure
very
below,
clean. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
let's say we did get
That
that
might
closure
come later.
below, right? Now you have that 15-minute at 86, which is going to be right.
Yeah, true.
So like you have
That's
a wick
around,
to
like,
fill.
80 pips.
Yeah, something like this, and then the sell.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that I wouldn't
That
mind.
would be fire. If you look at the 32, right, we kind of closed right at resistance if you look left.
Yeah, I
too.
see it. I see it. It's a cheap
Yeah.
trade. It's a cheap trade. So
Serious trade, bro.
it doesn't look the hottest here on like to buy up here. If we can, buy down here it'd be great, but this isn't the best.
Yeah.
Especially
It can
with
still
these
move up,
time
just
frames.
risk according to the conditions.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 hour could move up here, so we'll see. To take it from here, it's hard to find a TP. Yeah, you're kind of bunched up here. Scratch what I said. I don't really even like this trade. You're all kind of bunched up here. It's not really giving you the best look. You do have clean range, though, I must admit, right? Coming back up towards like 06. So the range is there. It's just about like where we currently are, right? This price action here and how far we've moved up on the 30-minute already. What's the probability that the 30-minute, after already moving 246 pips, that
And
will
below
continue?
resistance,
Yeah,
30-minute time frame. Yep,
yeah,
exactly. Remember, you can't just focus on patterns itself, right? You gotta understand the bigger picture of it and the higher time frame, lower time frame correlation going with it, right? Like the 15-minute may look good, but what about the 30 and 1 hour? Do they look good to go up too? You gotta ask yourself those questions also, I think.
Yeah.
You got the best traders in the world, they're focused on the bigger picture, right? What are the other time frames saying too?
Exactly. That's why we put such a big emphasis on higher time frame to low time frame correlation.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Correlating those time frames, telling a story from time frame to time frame is very, very important there.
That's where you get the money entries. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yeah, nah, that sounds much better. Yeah, Juan, Nick talks about that a lot, like how do you evaluate the situations when the trade may not work, but you see some probabilities that may work. So like you can risk according to the conditions in front of your trade. That's what Nick talks about a lot. Like the more things you got working for you, the more sides you can go. The less things working for you, the less sides you can go, So that's kind of what I would say, Nick wants to touch on that, but that's what I think Nick would say about that.
That's the man right there. The man.
No trade day? I mean, it could be a no trade day. And that's fine too. That's part of the job as well. Like less is more in trading, so we don't need to be out here taking, trades every day. We just need a couple quality trades, right? In trading, at least for our system, quality beats quantity. So we're focused on quality setups, just following our rules, not taking a bunch of trades. So it's when you are looking for more quality than quantity, you're gonna have times where you take no trade day, but that's fine. You're still gonna get a lot out of those no trade days. Those days could actually save you from losses. Those days could save you from red days, right? So you know, no trade days are a win in itself because you followed your rules and you didn't jump on anything, you know, outside of your rules, which was noise, right? So, you know, you following your plan is you preserving capital and multiplying capital. So yeah, no trade days, just preserving capital, which in the long run, you end up making money on those days, right? You
Exactly,
profit on
bro.
those days.
You're so right. You're so right.
Yeah, because you don't have to make money back from the loss or something.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If you lose on those days, now you have to make that money back. But if you don't lose on those days, now the money you make, right, it's just more money on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
True.
How was the withdrawal? It went through? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, the 10K withdrawal we did on, what was it? Friday? Yep, it's right here.
Lovely.
Boom. Little 10 stacks. So I actually made 18,000 last week. Took 10,000. So and just enjoyed. Just balled out on the weekend.
Yep.
Right, Johnny Gems? Did we have fun?
Yes, sir. We got.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
We got
Yes,
some
we
great
did.
foods, man. Great desserts.
Yep. A lot of
The
good
walk
food.
after the food was the best.
Oh my goodness, I could imagine, bro. I could imagine.
Yeah, man. Nice beach walk, sunset vibe.
Sunset
You
Guys
was
guys must have had
beautiful.
fun.
Yeah.
It was, bro. We'll do it more often too.
Yep. Let's see.
No, I'm not taking this spot here. No, sir.
No, I think we wait. For this closure. 7 minutes for a 30 closure, and the 15 closure. Maybe 15 celery to move up. If not,
Yeah, I
maybe
thought
the
the same.
15 close below, and then the sells play out.
Yeah, both ways. I think celery's looking great. I think range 2 sells looking great too.
Yes, sir. John, did we look at any prices at dinner this week?
Hell no.
Did we read from the left to the right or the right to the left?
It was the right from the left, right? I think it was. Yep.
Nah, bro, it was left to right.
All right, I'm sorry.
We don't look right to
I
left. We
don't
don't.
know the
Right.
order, bro.
Bro,
We don't-
right is the prices.
I'm sorry, I didn't know the order, bro. Honestly.
Hey, who's tired of looking
You
at the
didn't look
menu
the prices, though.
from right to left when you go out with your family? Don't you just want to read the menu from left to right, baby? It's not that much to ask for.
All right, good.
Bro, I hate
You get a
looking
couple
at right to left.
$10,000 withdrawals, you'd be doing pretty good too, man. Trust me.
Yeah, left to right. So
Trust
I
me.
forgot honestly how the order went. But yeah, no, we didn't look at prices. We just enjoyed ourselves. That was it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, let me get the raviolis with vodka sauce. Cool. You come to find out, holy smokes, that was $40. That's how it be.
All good. It's just
The
40
worst
bucks.
thing
It's
is
an illusion.
after. You're trying to have fun with a lot of people going out to eat, and then after it's like, oh, you sent me like 10 cents here because the water was like.
Hey,
Oh,
remember
that is-
to eat last night? You actually got an extra buttered roll, and I noticed on the menu that actually cost $3.75.
Bro, I'm done.
Do you think you can Venmo me that? What?
It'd be like that for sure. It'd be like
Yeah.
that.
So you got
Be
no
like
money.
that, man. It'd be like that.
Bro, it'd really be like that, yeah.
Then you look at them like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's really funny.
You just
Never
ruined your
came
entire
from me that
reputation. No. Oh,
Never
snap.
hang out with you again.
No, I swear.
Nah. Hey,
Okay,
man.
stop.
Who's been through it? I mean, you know, I don't
Just
unless you
ruins the
were
whole vibe.
unless you were born rich, which I don't think many of us were. Then I think we all came up through that game, right?
Really.
Where, bro?
Yeah. Thank you,
Left to
man.
right,
Thank
baby.
you. Hey, you say you're the humblest streamers, man. When someone asked you about your pairs that you trade, you didn't say, "Don't you see it on the chart?" I could never, man. I man. I love you guys. You
Yeah,
guys like
bro.
my best friends.
Yeah, Mugs, bro, for real. Why do I gotta pay half, bro? I just got the fries. It's like
I
you
didn't
gotta
even
pay
eat 'em.
half, you got like one thing.
Hey, Nick, you want to split a thing of meatballs? Nah, I'm good, bro. Nah, I'm good. You want some? I'll just
Yeah,
get
you're
them. You can have a few.
Uh,
All of a sudden, we split it, and now you're like, yo, that meatball's bigger than the other one. Whoa, what?
now you're
Come on.
fighting.
Come on.
That happened a lot with us brothers, bro.
Why should we
Especially
listen to
Joe.
you instead of other traders? I don't know. 95% of these other traders don't even know what they're doing. They don't even show you that they can trade well. They don't even trade live, right? They just show you pictures and pre-recorded videos on YouTube and whatnot, right? Most of these streamers don't even, I mean, most of these guys never even showed you a withdrawal, right? Or a payout or anything like that. Yet, you know, people are still going to buy their course or subscribe to their signals and put all their faith in them, right? I show you guys everything here. Wins, losses, we take live trades. I show you guys payouts live. I show you guys withdrawals live, right? I show you the lifestyle level up, right? Notice how some of these other guys, they're not leveling up, right? Because if you're leveling up in your trading, if you're making money in your trading, starting to do well, then your life should show some signs of that, right? You should see some more fruit on that individual's tree, right? And those of you guys that have been following me for the last couple of years, you guys have watched me incrementally level up my life as I leveled up my trading, and you see me get paid, take withdrawals, take payouts, call trades live, right? Explain my philosophies. There's so many reasons why you should listen to me. Now, it doesn't mean everyone else don't listen to them, but I do know if you ground yourself here, you listen to the philosophies that we teach on the stream, which are ultimately the philosophies that have helped me become quote unquote successful in life, right? Then I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to get the same results as me, right? So go ask yourself, who else is showing you withdrawals? Who else is showing you payouts? Who else is leveling up their life, aka buying different things, increasing their lives? Not that that's like so special or anything, right? But they're free, right? They're showing you proof that the life is leveling up, because ultimately that's what you want to do too, right? You want to level your life up. So why would you follow someone that talks a whole bunch but there's no level up, right? So those are just some reasons why maybe you should follow us here at TTE and, you know, the things that we talk about on this live stream. Great question. Really good question. Split the check should be banned. Hey, yo. Splitting the check, man.
Facts, bro. Shouldn't be an option.
Splitting the check, baby. What up, Ayush? How are you, brother? Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hey, Yush.
Yep.
What up, man?
Yep. I don't add 5 to 10 positions in drawdown. Yeah, Mux. Right. I'm totally cool with taking my losses. You guys never see me deviate from my plan. I mean, if I'm in the audience, I'm going, who else is better than this guy? No lie. Like, who this guy got it. He may not be perfect, right? But he's got it dialed in most areas here. You know what I mean? So again, the things that we teach you guys, mindset, mentality. I mean, we even dive into the spiritual life, right, of what all this is and whatnot. So I don't think there's a better place for anyone to be. And, you know, that's why, you know, we created it this way. Would I take a buy at the 15-minute flips bullish? Probably not. Probably not. Really want to see how the 30-minute, you know, we're starting to slow up now on the 30. So we got a big rejection here, right? We also have now a small body candle closing. So you see all this volume? Nice candle, really big candle, nice candle, big candle, and now boom, now we start slowing down, rejection. Now we're going to close small bullish. So you see how the volume to the top side is beginning to slow down. This is where you could potentially start to see your pullbacks, right? So once we get a closure, maybe on the next candle like this, then I think I'd be open to taking that sell. And if that doesn't happen, I'll probably just call it a day. Yep. So we'll see.
Cool. Yo, Nick, do we have Golden Dubs' info for the giveaway, or did you need that?
I think I still need that. I still need a few. So if you message me on Discord, Golden Dubs, I think I'm still looking for Trado Voss, Golden Dubs, and I think there's one other person. Yeah, I'll check those out after I
heard you say those names earlier this stream. So yeah, get it to him, chat.
Oh yeah, by the way, we also give away a ton of accounts, right? Every single month. I mean, in the last 2 weeks alone, we gave away 22 50K combine or challenge accounts to just, you know, people in the clubhouse, people on the YouTube stream. So send it, yeah, Golden Dubs, I'll look out for it. If you can, just send it basically after the stream. So that way it pops up on my recent ones and I'll take a look. I'll get it sent over. I think everyone else's accounts should be active now, right? Everyone got their accounts. Should be good to
Everyone
go.
from London got it too.
Everyone from London got it, and I think like
Perfect.
90% of people from whatever other session we did. Yeah.
Probably already payouts or something.
My Instagram, let me show you guys. Why rich people keep their money secrets. The Bible tells you. Whoa, let's go. Instagram.
Damn, it's fire.
Instagram. Yeah, you guys can follow me on social media here. It's my handle right there, so. All I want now is Nutella on toast every day. Yeah. Yeah, right here.
That's all you want.
If you guys aren't following TTE_profits as well, go follow that channel too. Because all the gems and, you know, the things that we talk about here, it's kind of difficult to go back and watch a 3-hour stream, right? So we're trying to clip up some of the, I don't know, just good takeaways from the live stream, so that way you guys can hear them again, review them, and, you know, listen to them once again. Do we give away on YouTube? Just for the, yes, we give a lot. We've given away millions of dollars in prop firm accounts on the YouTube live stream. Millions. Okay, so let's see what happens here. If we can get a push down, break of the lows here on the 30, closure below, I'll be interested in sells. And like I said, if not, then that'll probably be the ball game for me today.
Sir. Give it a little calmer closures. One or two more.
Yeah, I like 15 breakout. If you can get that 15 breakout with the 30 closure, that'd be great. But 15 breakout looks solid too, coming dead back below 94.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
If you look at the 15, Nick.
Yeah.
15. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, my bad. I see it.
15.
It looks good.
15 closure below, the 30 minutes overextended to the upside, right at resistance. Same thing with the 1 hour.
Yeah.
4 hour too. So yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense.
For real.
Yep. What's your current bigger share? Profits from selling course versus profits from actual trading? Well, I don't really sell a course, but I have the clubhouse. So that's where we teach in every day. And the clubhouse is basically, you know, my years of hard work and dedication and skills and knowledge and, you know, everything that I provide, right? So that is good because that is reoccurring income, right? So that's ongoing revenue that you can get based off of the skills that you have. Trading is good money as well, but the thing about trading is it's not guaranteed money, right? I mean, nothing's guaranteed, right? But trading is a day-to-day, you know, risk, a lot of risk going on the table. So my other businesses at this point probably make more than my trading, between Clubhouse, my e-commerce business, my crypto investments, like all that now overpowers my trading. But I think in the last like 2 months, I probably withdrew, let's see here, we got 60, 8, 7, and 10. So what is that? 60, where's the calculator? 60,000, right? So let's just do 60, 8, 7, and 10. So 85,000, you know, in the last like two months or so, and then, you know, probably another 35,000 in payouts, so like 120,000, so like $120,000 in like the second half of the year. Yep. So both produce, you know, basically all my incomes now generate pretty solid income. And now we're gonna move into real estate. You know, now we're gonna try and cash flow like $1,500 on like every single property that I get. So my goal too now in 2026 is to really start my real estate portfolio, right? And if I can get, you know, on average, you know, net, like I would say like 1,500 per unit, right? Then, you know, you stack up 20, 30, 40 units over the next like 2 years. that's kind of my goal too, where I want to go with real estate now. So I'm really just putting it together in all areas, and if it wasn't for trading and those early payouts with, my forex funds and FTMO and all that to really get me going, I mean, I wouldn't have any of this. I mean, I wouldn't even have like the clubhouse at that point, right? Or the YouTube live stream. So I'm just grateful, for this skill set. I'm grateful that where I thought, my life was falling apart because I had an e-commerce business and I was doing well, and I hit these great highs in life at a certain point only to fall down and on my face, right? And then this is where I picked up trading. So I'm very happy that, this negative thing, quote unquote, or bad, quote unquote, thing happened to me in my life, because if it wasn't for that, I would have never picked up on trading. And now trading has ultimately made me so much more money than I would have ever made in my e-commerce businesses. And it's led to so many more opportunities. So yeah, sometimes these valleys in life, they do add a lot of value, and if you're the right person, you come out of that and continue moving bullish.
Wow.
Yeah. But I do very well now in other areas. I have a consulting company, not just consulting traders, but consulting other businesses and other people in their companies. So I've got a lot going on now. Yeah. That's why you got a job? Yeah. So there's no shame in keeping like any sort of income stream rolling in. So like when I had a job, instead of calling it a job, because I just hated that word, I would just call it income. Right? And I would fool myself and just say, hey, this just another income stream. You know what I mean? So try and like get the job thing out of your mind and just focus on, hey, that's just another stream of income to, push me closer to my dreams and goals and where I want to get to.
I love that trick of mine.
Yeah,
but
screw that word.
It's been a great journey. It's been a great journey. So I'm just grateful to be doing this.
Same.
Love you.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Yeah. And again, the clubhouse is really just me being paid for my skills. I've went through a lot of things that maybe most people haven't yet, so they can benefit off of my experience, off of my wisdom. So not only in the clubhouse do you get all the trades called live, right? But you get this philosophy that it took me years of really just dream, struggle, victory to put together, right? And to understand. So to be able to give you that information, to, teach you the skill sets that I've developed over the years, the philosophy that I've developed over the years, call live trades for you, do webinars every single week, have a course, right? There's still a lot of work that's being put in, right? So this is my passion project, and it's been a blessing. We've seen so many lives change, so many people up their game, whether it was their trading or their mentality, and, go on and do some incredible things. So the clubhouse has definitely been a major component to me just doing some kingdom work and, being that city on a hill really for other traders to come in and simplify things, right? And try and get all the BS out the way and really just lock in with a team, right? Who's all going in the same direction. We all have a common dream. We all have a common goal, and we just come together, right? And hold ourselves accountable. So Clubhouse has been fantastic.
Really has.
Oh yeah, bro.
Really has.
It's been amazing.
You've been trained to get a job. Yeah. We've been trained to get jobs and all that. So you got to crack the matrix. Just got to crack free. Like I posted something. I have a private account on Instagram just for like my friends and family. And I posted something about like homeschooling. I'm like, you would never catch me. And this is what trading has done for me and freedom in general. It's just like, you wouldn't catch me sending my children to public school to be programmed by the Rockefeller school system, right? To be a peasant, to be a worker, to basically be a worker ant, right? And do as they say and program to believe a certain way. And you have limited beliefs, right? In terms of what you can accomplish in life due to the matrix and what they've put on you, right? So most kids, I think they don't think that they can get any further than their parents have. Right? But this is the generation of awakeness, right? Notice how the last couple of generations, they've just done the same BS that their parents did and that their parents did. But now you see our generation cracking the illusion, right? That the matrix has folded in front of our eyes. So I love this time to be alive. I love the fact that we're, sharing these type of philosophies, and people are waking up daily to the matrix, to the illusion. And once you understand the illusion is going on, then you can step outside of it and learn how to play the game. And you see, while other people have confusion, you have clarity. While other people are doing this, you're doing that, right? Mr. V told me, observe the masses and just do the opposite. So that's what he meant. He meant crack the illusion, right? Break the illusion of what's going on and start to believe in yourself, right? You're God's highest form of creation. You could do anything you want. Anything you want.
Wow. I freaking love that.
Yeah. How long have I been trading?
Yes,
About
right.
6 years. All right. I like these closures below, but we'll see if we get it.
Same. Bro, if you put that, you
Yeah,
just
I
said
know.
right there in these last 2 minutes, if you put that on Instagram, it's gonna get taken down.
There's a lot of things I'd like to say here that sometimes we can't, and that's why we started that's another big reason we started the clubhouse too. To really share our heart and our mind for real within the privacy of like Zoom and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro.
How much is the clubhouse? There's a few different options. You get 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. But one thing I would highly recommend, not just because it's our thing here, but I highly recommend getting in the clubhouse. I think that's one of the best decisions you could ever make. That's at least what we've seen from most clubhouse members, right? Is the fact that like, hey man, this is one of the best decisions I've ever made, and they just keep locking in. And you know what? You know what I find awesome is anytime genuinely someone has to leave the clubhouse, there's a big message that comes in. Hey man, this whole experience was incredible, right? It was awesome. I'm gonna be back in when I can, and this and that. It's super cool to see because people are getting value.
Thanks, bro. The clubhouse has only made my life more better, honestly.
Yep. Marketing on point. Yeah, the cool part about it is all of our marketing is testimony. We don't even do marketing. We don't even care about marketing, right? I want the right people to come into that clubhouse that are going to basically elevate their life, right? So I don't even care for marketing. I just bring it up here sometimes. Yeah. And it's all testimony stuff. It's never like some BS. How do we trade in the all-time highs? You got to wait for pullbacks. Yeah, if you wait for pullbacks, it'll be much easier. What e-commerce business do you recommend? Just your own. I've had the most success with products that people need, want, have to have, and just continue to use over and over again. So a lot of people get into e-commerce and they want to sell the sexy, expensive things. Not me. I said toilet paper, toothbrush, deodorants, face masks, especially for the cuckoos in 2020. Little stuff, vitamins, supplements, makeup, skincare, cosmetics, things that people need, want, have to have, and just continue to use over and over again. Dish soap, right? Washing, laundry detergent, all things like that. Yeah, because you don't want something that someone's going to buy one time. That's stupid, right? Now you got to sell it over and over and over. You want things that people are going to buy and then run out of at the end of every month and then rebuy. Right? Yeah.
Like excess.
Like excess. I drink excess and then I rebuy it every month. And XX, yeah. So that's what you want to do. If you're looking for anything in terms of e-commerce, right? Children's toys are extremely popular, right? So you just got to find the right niche. Candle and cookie business. There you go. Hero of the day knows. That's why he's the hero. Will there ever be education about e-commerce in the clubhouse? Maybe. If enough people ask for it, maybe. That's my thing. I really don't start stuff until a lot of people ask about it. That's how I've done every business. That's how any successful business that I've run, I've always waited for the demand. And then I supply. You're welcome. All right, who else got any good questions? I'm waiting one more 15-minute candle, and then I'm out of here. Anyone got good questions? I don't care. They could be trading, life, whatever you guys got. Whatever you guys got.
Volume's dying
down
out
to
to me.
help.
I'm here for the vibes now.
Whatever you got. Oh, yeah, 100%. We provide way more value than the fee is. Yeah, I mean, the fee for the clubhouse should probably be around like, I don't know, clubhouse. What would you guys think? Let's just say money's not an issue. Like, don't worry, I'm not going to change the pricing. But what do you think it's worth per month? I would say a good 500 to 1,000 at least. Let's see. 500, 500.
I got was like 1,000, 500 to 1,000.
Yeah, I would say even 1,000, like $9.99. Yep. Don't worry, I would never make it that, but man, it is worth more than that. More than that. So for 150 is like the steeliest steel of them all, man.
Yeah, bro.
Some of y'all got in for 111. Some of y'all got in for $100. Yeah. There might not, yeah, that's true. There might not be enough money that you can like kind of associate, right, with the value that you get here, because this is all life-changing. By the way, everything I teach in the clubhouse is everything I learned from my mentors. And guess where that has gotten me? That has gotten me over 100K a month, right? Very consistently, almost every month this year. So that's the knowledge that I'm instilling into this group. So for $150 a month, you're getting knowledge that just at my level alone, and I could still take this to higher levels, you're talking $100,000 a month income, right? By what you're going to learn potentially in the clubhouse. So yeah, I think that's good. Anywhere from 500 to 1,000 probably fit the bill. How much is it? Literally 150. And then the fact that this YouTube live stream is free is insane. Is insane, crazy, right? So, but we're happy to do it. We love doing this. You know, we love pouring into people who want to listen and who want to take their life serious. Yep. Playbook 3.0, maybe. I know YouTube really wants it. I know a lot of you guys want the course to be made public and all that, and you know, I'm still thinking about everything. The thing is, I want you in the clubhouse because I know you're going to get so much value there that it'll be worth so much more to you than me just putting the Clubhouse 3.0 on YouTube, right? Because if you get in the clubhouse, right, now I can change your life, right? Where here, you know, I can give you the playbook and you can watch the YouTube, but yeah. Yes, sir. You're welcome. Do you think some churches act like a cult, especially all of the mega churches? I've recently been visiting churches. Yeah, I don't go to churches no more. No, for the most part, I really don't go to churches anymore. I've really found a common theme of they're not following Jesus for the most part. They're really not. They're following the church. Simple as that, right? They're very rarely following the words of Jesus and just following the church. The church is whatever they got going on. So, you know, last couple times I went to church, I spent about 20 minutes just sitting around, greeting people. Then we spent 20 minutes going over the news on what happened that week. And then we spent 20 minutes worshiping, which again is usually my favorite part. I love the worship. Why do you think the worship's the best? Anyone ever realize the worship's one of the best times? Why? Because we're all in the same energy field, in a state of gratitude, in a state of, in a way, worship, right? Where we're all kind of together, right? Aligning ourselves with what we believe God to be, right? So that's typically why you feel the best during worship. And then once the grouchy, ugly, fat pastor comes out trying to tell you about how to respect God when he gave you this. Meanwhile, it's like, dude, look at the body he gave you. You're 350 pounds, bro. So then they spend about probably, I'd say, another 25 minutes talking about the church and everything that's taken place. And then another 25 minutes about the youth group and the kids' activities at the church. And then they give you about 15 to maybe 20 minutes of some scripture that either scares you about hell or pretty much
Makes
pumps
feel
you
good
up and makes you feel good about like a certain scripture. So
for like 30 minutes.
I don't even think Jesus went to churches, did he? No, I think all the churches that he looked at, he said, I'm going to knock this one down. Look at this one. I'm going to turn the tables here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Right? Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So we just have church within our own home now. How to join the clubhouse? Just go to the timetoeattrading.com. Yep. Remember, Jesus wasn't a Christian. Buddha wasn't a Buddhist.
Damn.
Muhammad wasn't Islamic, right? These are all man-made religions made up about these people, right? So you really got to go to the words. You got to create spiritual discernment, right? A lot of people who think they have discernment don't, and it's pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, man. It's actually funny, like, you know, the pastor will say a verse that makes you feel good, and then in the background, people are screaming, Jesus. Or like, hallelujah.
Jesus was in the synagogue. Yeah, he was teaching. He was basically showing all the people that ran the synagogue how it's done. What a G. Jesus was not a Muslim. Jesus was a guide, man. Just go read the words, right? All religions are man-made, gang. Come on. Think about this. Let's say you have two homes. And one guy, his parents, which were great people, they taught him all about this way to believe, right? This is the way to believe, right? So let's just say that begins with a C. And then you have this guy who learned from his great parents that this was the way to believe and the only way to believe. Both of these individuals think they're going to heaven, don't they? Both of them think that they believe what is true, don't they? Yet they're both different. So who's going to heaven? Both of them believe they are.
Damn, bro.
Anyways, there are some good churches out there. Yes, I do agree. Indeed, there are some great churches. Yep, for sure, with some great people. But it doesn't mean that they're really going to give you the truth spiritually that you're seeking, right, and searching for. So yeah, there's a lot of great people in church, but again, a lot of times you see the blind leading the blind, and again, don't take this the wrong way. It's just some things that I've seen. Yeah, just go find the common theme. Go study, just find the common theme in all religions and you'll have your answers, man. Think about it. All the answers are not in one place. It's designed to be seeked. It's a puzzle to be put together, right? It's a code, gang. You got to decode. Even the Bible has such great spiritual wisdom and truth, but you got to learn how to decode it. Yes, I believe, Jesus is the most amazing person that I've ever studied, and I will continue to study him. I'm just going to make sure they're not lying to me about him. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And God bless y'all, by the way.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I love Jesus.
Blessed in the afterlife.
I think we all love Jesus, right? Christians, Muslims, everyone, right? Everyone does. It's just we have to make sure that we are understanding Jesus and not having his message be distorted to fit any sort of narrative, which is really what religion is, right? Religion is a way for man to control other men, right? Through the power that they have access to God and you need it. But that's not what Jesus told us. It's not what he told us. Right? Where did he say you can get access to God from? Yes, I've read the Quran, gang. Yep. Do I listen to worship music? Not much anymore, because it's all about how weak we are and how soft we are and how ugly we are and how much we need an outside force and an outside source. Meanwhile, we are one within, right? The divine, right? We are just like the wave is part of the ocean, right? There's no detachment. There's no detachment, gang. All right? That was all put in by religion. They want you to think you're separate from God. Everyone should love each other, because isn't that what Jesus said? Right? That this same group right here will murder each other. They'll bicker. They'll argue. These two guys right here will murder each other. They'll argue. All in the name of religion. That's not what Jesus said. Right? That's not what he said at all. Let's see. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, how could there be so many religions? That's because there's a lot of false gods, believe it or not. Right?
Exactly.
That's why you gotta know the one true God. That's why you also have to go into other gospels outside of the Bible, like the Gospel of Thomas, the Book of Mary, the Secret Book of John. Right? You gotta believe a lot of these. You can't just believe everything. You gotta put things together. The Word of God is written on your own heart. Isn't that what it said? It's called your consciousness. Right? You ever hear Christ within? Christ is your consciousness, right? You know when you're doing right from wrong. Even if you do wrong, you know it's wrong, right? You got to understand the kingdom of heaven is within, right? You got to seek, right, within in order to find that. So you got to study all the texts, gang, not just some of them. Right? The Book of Enoch. There you go. There's a lot of books. Remember that how these books were put together, right? Remember who put them together. So you gotta look into this stuff. Yeah, I listen to all them, gang. Brandon Lake, I got all the songs. Trust me. I've studied the Bible now for many, many years. Many, many years, and I've been able to develop spiritual maturity for discernment. There's some things that were added into the Bible to fit a narrative, right? And you gotta understand what is the difference, right, between false and real. Yeah, all the books have some answers, but I don't think one book has them all. Yeah, you don't need religion to be good. I hear one guy, you have a relationship with God? Yeah, I'm going to be going to, I try and go to church. I'm going to, what? Right? Like, people don't even know what they're saying. Hey, man, do you believe in God, right? I heard one kid, he answers the question. He goes, of course I believe in God. I'm going to church again. I'm going to be going to church again. Like, as if that's all you need, right? To believe in God, right? That has nothing to do with believing in God. No, I've had incredible times in church. Yeah, I've had incredible times in church. I've also seen churches, do stupid stuff too. I just use my brain wherever I go.
That Christ conscious.
The Word of God is written on your heart, gang, not in a book. Why don't I take impulse entries from down there? Down where? Where is there? Dun, dun. Yes, once you see how they corrupted the message, you can't unsee it. But they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to even think that. That's witchcraft, man. Some churches got ATMs. Holy. Oh, snap. That's crazy. All right. Anyway, anything else, my friends? 15-minute closing above here. It was a great day to be patient. Great day to be patient. I think the best trades were probably just the one I took in Asian. Yeah, the one we took in Asian was the best one here, which was very simple, onion play, inverted celery. Other than that, just a lot of consolidation, a big move up, and to only not return at all here. What do you think, Green? Any more trades? It's a good session. It's a good session.
Greenery. Yeah, it's on to Asian session, I think.
Yes, by the way, we're not against churches. We're certainly not against Jesus. We're all for Jesus, right? And we want to make sure the churches and the organizations that give us our information are not lying to us, right? So we love Jesus more than ever before. And that's why we're going to stand up and seek, like he told us to. Seek, seek, seek. You'll find it. So, yeah, but I'm definitely disassociated with religion. I don't even, by the way, I've been saying this for years, gang. People ask me, hey, are you a Christian? I say, oh, what's your thoughts on what a Christian is, right? I mean, it all depends on your thoughts of a Christian, right? So I don't fit any bill. I just fit the fact that Jesus is the most awesome thing ever. And I'm trying to, make sure what I know about him is truth. That's all. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Sick. Yeah, true.
And some people may disagree and stuff like that, and that's fine. We still just want the best for you, right? At the end of the day, TT is all about, pushing people to be their best, regardless of, some beliefs, personal beliefs, whatever. It's all of, we're all about abundance and having the best for everyone and their families.
Remember, the Father and I, right? The Father is greater than I am. That's what he said. So there's a divine, gang. There's certainly a divine. Yes. Church is the temple within ourselves. Yep. You have the temple too. You are the temple. Alrighty. TK, how we feeling? There he is.
TK.
Church is having ATM.
Oh, bro.
Oh, snap.
So, Nick, I'll see you in Asia, my man.
All right, broski. I'll see you in Asian. Anybody else? Any last minute questions, comments, concerns before we get up out of here? Tuesday should be great. We got news coming in tomorrow. We got news coming in big news coming in on Wednesday. Got news coming in on Thursday, and this week should get rolling here starting tomorrow. Yeah. Yep. We do trade Asian live. Yeah, we'll be live for Asian session tonight. Yep, 8 p.m. Yeah, if you guys aren't in the clubhouse and you want to join us for Asian tonight or London or pre-New York, just jump in and, just jump on the next session that we do. Gold, let me just leave you guys with some final thoughts. Gold is just kind of moving up here. I think you need more of like a retracement now, right? Anything above 94 here remains bullish and potentially keep moving up. Just wait for that support. And then ES, let's take a look here. Yeah, same deal. I would just not even touch this at all and just come back for Asian session tonight. Let that daily candle close, and then we kind of move from there.
Bro.
Yep.
Magnus, see you tonight for Asian, bro.
See you tonight, Magnus.
Yeah. Of course, I'm coming to Asian for sure.
Let's get it.
Yes.
Fingers crossed, bro. Maybe. I don't know if there'll be a London link then, but.
Yep. London, yeah. I'll be streaming London.
One of us, bro.
Bro, definitely a fire and incredible London session coming up. Just wait on it.
Yep.
Sick.
All right, y'all. Blessings. Praying y'all find the true path, right? Yes, sir. And until then, we'll continue to make each other better, help each other out, create great dialogue, great conversation, and continuing to level up with each other. All right.
Let's speak life, uplift each other, positive attitude.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys mañana. Hope you guys have a great day. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Have an awesome day.
Oh, snap.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning.
Here it goes.
See you all in London.
Later, Gators.
Peace.
Chat. See you later. Have a great day. I'm out.
say it's holy. Can't get this off my lips. You love me with devotion. You don't kid me when I trip. Yeah, I need a sip from the river. Just wanna get what you give it. Give me unlimited vision and see through the counterfeit. I want the realest. Where he come from, you can't get that with a PJ. It's so cool inside this house, I feel like DJ. I can't fight it, let your light come shine on me. Yeah, ain't no hiding, I'm confiding in your peace. Yeah, hey, carrying buckets of shame. Father, I'm saying your name, but so far from it. Come see the blood in my veins. For me, he bleeding the same. Take this covenant, this is the greatest exchange. At his altar, there's a flame that burns your rubbish. Gave me a cup full of rain, he poured it over every stain until he coming. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Yeah, I just turned a milli down to be home with my son. Y'all don't get it. I can't gain a thing if I've already won. Still don't get it. I was full back when my bank account was none. Cause my God the type to leave the 99 to get the one. This is life or death. I ain't making music just for fun. Glory to your name, Father. I pray that your kingdom come. And when Satan's on my heels, I pray it's Nike with the run. Make my heart beat more like Hezekiah. Say it and it's done. Breakthrough. Lord Jesus, I need breakthrough. I've been doing things that made the Father have to break you. Living in my shame like the potter didn't shape you. But I know even in the storm, the water didn't wake you. The water didn't wake you. And that cross couldn't break you. Yeah, the darkness couldn't take you. Oh, yeah. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame.
Yeah, these days I don't take advice from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past. That's a different life. These days I don't need nobody's validation. These days I don't need nobody's invitation. These days I don't tell nobody what I'm doing. I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right. Yeah, these days I've been wide awake, I never sleep late. Got a lot to do, I treat a Sunday like a weekday. Do it for my son, set the table, I need 3 plates. Have my cake and eat it, baby, don't forget the cheesecake. Got it, yeah, they know I got it. Confidence contagious, so the ones around me caught it. Everybody waiting on me, hoping I'ma drop it. I feel like all this weight is on me, still I'm never stopping. No, that is not a, yeah. Pushing myself to the limit, I set a goal, but still I never feel enough when I get it. Cause when I go and all these feelings overflow to the ceiling, it's like a hole just open up and I don't know how to feel it. I tell them, look, I don't make mistakes, the mistakes made me. Drop songs, when I write them I don't wait 8 weeks. They too focus on the image now, but that ain't me. Lot of rats taking pics, that's why they say cheese. Lately I've been feeling like there's something off. Lot of friends used to show me love, ain't showing love at all. Yeah, only cheer me on when I was underdog. Running up the numbers, everybody keep on running off. Funny how they wanted me to win until I passed them. Now all of a sudden they been talking in the past tense. He was this, he was that, like I changed up. Had a kid, I'm a dad, gotta make funds these days. Everybody focus on the he say and she say. Acting up and trying to make a scene like a screenplay. Try to be original but end up as a remake. Spend a lot of time thinking about how I'ma be great. I just stick to the plan. Yeah, I'm focused on the music, not a pic for the gram. Stay true to my supporters, yes, I did it for them. So even when I get hot, never switch on a fan. These days, I don't take advice from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days, I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past. That's a different life. These days, I don't need nobody's validation. These days, I don't need nobody's invitation. These days, I don't tell nobody what I'm doing. I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right. All I do is make fire, I'm a caveman. Never dropped the ball, got great hands. I was younger, it was get rich or die trying. Now I'm grown, still rolling with the same plans. Had other plans, I made two. Not one of them was struggle or just make do. Never satisfied and still the same dude. So when I made my first million, had to make two.
When I'm sliding on the beat, they like, who is that? Point flipper, way that I be turning heads. Side stage, stomach turning, I'm a nervous wreck. Till I heard the fans and the kick, pull the curtain back. Hey, big wig, I don't need a hairpiece. Big dog, no leash, they know I'm a rare breed. Big shoes, can't fill them, this a rare feat. Big price, no sale, but I'm still carefree. Yeah, sweet 16s for the diabetics. Any era, I don't care, I'm the guy to get it. If it's 80-42, then I'm a violinist. Still the illest, go ahead, check the hieroglyphics. Yeah, said it's impossible, huh? It's impossible, huh? Oh man, you know if anyone can, I can.
Make fire, I'm a caveman. Never dropped the ball, got great hands. I was younger, it was get rich or die trying. Now I'm grown, still rolling with the same plans. Had other plans, I made two. Not one of them was struggle or just make do. Never satisfied and still the same dude. So when I made my first million, had to make two.
Big hitter, baby, I'm in the fourth spot. Been in this position, ain't a short stop. Every song go, my catalog up at Fort Knox. Thinking they can get in on this, baby, of course
They
not.
don't even know what it takes, it's a lethal dose. Make it look easy, think they got it, they ain't even close. Play Nintendo in Japan, baby, we remote. Paling in comparison, they looking like they seen a ghost. Yeah, Connect. Went exactly how we plotted, there was not a twist. Saw exactly what we wanted and we got it itch. That's why we scratching off everything that's on the list. This is not a bit. Said it's impossible, huh? It's impossible, huh? Oh man, you know if anyone can, I can.
Make fire, I'm a caveman. Never dropped the ball, got great hands. I was younger, it was get rich or die trying. Now I'm grown, still rolling with the same plans. Had other plans, I made two. Not one of them was struggle or just make do. Never satisfied and still the same dude. So when I made my first million, had to make two.